Howdy everyone, welcome to Wobble Enjoy Sports. If you're new around here, hope I can get you to consider to like the content and subscribe to the channel. But if you're a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. We are here to kick off round number 7 for 2026, and for the first time in 2026 is Aaron. Aaron, mate, we've had you on a couple of times over the past 12 months or so. It's good to have you back on, bro. How was things?
Yeah, good to be here, mate. Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to this. Things for both of our teams, I suppose, this season have been going pretty well. So, we're both on top of the world, up near the top of the ladder, and yeah, I'm looking forward to my first commentary of the year.
Oh, good, mate. Good. Well, I'll tell you, I've got to be honest with you, mate. You've got a couple of issues there already with your internet, bro. You're coming in and out, but we'll try and rectify it. Well, hopefully things will be rectified.
Okay.
Yep. Just coming in a little bit now, so I'll let you know about that. So let's go into the team list news now. So coming into the contest, Cowboys $1.59, the Seagulls are $2.37, and the fullback is Scott Drinkwater playing his 151st game, but his 150th for the North Queensland Cowboys. Braden Burns returns, but he's in for Murray Taulagi. Zach Laybutt remains on the Sting. Jackson Purdue and Tom Chester are the centres. Jake Clifford and Tom Dearden are in the halves. Cohen Hess, Sonny Luke and Jason Taumalolo start up front. Hielim Lukey, Kai O'Donnell and Ruben Cotter are in the back row. Sam McIntyre, Neem, McKaylee, Lodge, Vilea and Harrison Edwards, they are the interchange. And the coach is Todd Payton, mate. Let's get you to go through the Manly Seagulls lineup.
Too easy. So we got Tom Trebojevic at fullback, on the wings, Jason Saab and Lehigh Hopewadi, Tolu Kula and Ruben Garrick in the centres, with Brooks and Jamal Fogarty in the halves. Their forward pack reads Taniela Paseka and Kobe Hetherington, front rowers, with Brandon Wakeham at hooker. Hamole Olakawatu and Ben Trebojevic are in the second row, with Jake Trebojevic at lock. Their six-man bench is Jake Simpkin, Corey Waddell, Ethan Bullama, Siasiwa Takeaho, Clayton Forlalo and Jackson Shreb. They are coached by Foz, Kieran Foran.
Foz, yes. No formalities, just the nickname Foz. Mate,
Fozball.
Who are we tipping tonight, boss?
Oh, I think this is going to be an absolute corker of a game. I've gone Cowboys by about 8 points. I think it's going to be close. I know Manly's record up there is absolutely spick and span. But I think the form of the home side, your boys, I think you're going to get the job done just.
Yes. No, look, Manly, they have not lost in Townsville since, 2016, 2017, thereabout.
Yeah.
It's about 10 years since Manly have lost in Townsville, and they keep, whenever they have the opportunity, keep replaying that bloody Tom Trbojevic try back in 2021, bro.
I remember that. That was incredible.
How could you freaking forget it? How could anyone freaking forget it? Now we've got, let's try and sync things up, bro. So we've got the Seagulls, who look like are just starting to trickle out. But before I get into that, just go into the comments just quickly. Jazz, good luck with the game, Sam. How are you? As we see Manly hitting the paddock now there, Aaron. And Mum's in the chat. Hey, Mum.
Behind you. Second or two behind you. So we might be able to make that
worries. Work. All right, I will pause it in due course. And then we got Bobble in the chat. Hey, man, how you going? How are you? And Cowboys 32-28. I think it will be a high-scoring game. I'd be stunned if we see something like a 18 points to 16 sort of a scoreline, to be honest with you. But thank you to everybody that's come into the chat. If you are watching the Channel 9 footage, obviously that is about 10 seconds ahead of us, and we're doing things off of Fox League at the moment. There is the man Scott Drinkwater right now, 150th for the North Queensland Cowboys tonight. And boy, howdy, haven't the Cowboys been in the limelight, in the spotlight a lot over the past week? You never see it, but because of Scott Drinkwater's contract talks, Cowboys are certainly in the limelight. But I'm with you, Aaron. I think this is going to be a good game of footy. Just want to say hello to Hayden. How are you, mate? How are you? Everyone, and I hope the hand is feeling all right, son. Yes. Yes, indeed. All right, there's Mr. JT, Jason Taumalolo. It looks like that the Cowboys are going to kick off, if I'm not mistaken, bro. So I'll leave it over to you, mate.
No worries. Well, got the referee on screen now. He's still waiting for something here. What do we got? We've got a tee. The whistle is blown, and the ball is kicked off. Saab catches and passes to, I'm going to have to bring the team list up again because I'm going to be very rusty. Kobe Hetherington, who takes tackle number 1. Taniela Paseka now with a barnstorming run up to the 20-meter line. Brandon Wakeham passes to Jake Trebojevic. Jake goes out to Brooks. Brooks out to, I think that would be Cooler, who's tackled just outside the 30, back inside to Ben Trebojevic. Now, I think I'm going to have to go with like the Turbo, Burbo, and Gerbo to save myself a bit of time here.
It's all right, bro.
Gerbo still going. He's up on the 50-meter or just inside Cowboys territory. It is reefed up by Brandon Wakeham, and I'll hand that over to you.
No worries, mate. All right, so Braden Burns has the carry, and he will play the ball now. Chest up. Sorry, that's late, but all righty. So here we. All right, jersey number 5. Here we go. All right, Jason Tamalolo hits the ball up. The Cowboys, they're running the ball right to left of screen. And the surface looks dry. Here's Cohen Hess now with a bumbling, or with a big run, sorry. Sonny Luke passing right. Jake Clifford on the last, kicks from 5 meters inside his own territory, Aaron.
Yep, I'm seeing that kick go up in the air right now, and it's come down to Tom just now. Catches it, runs it straight back up a little bit. He's just outside his own 20 for the first tackle. Olakawatu is the one who gets there to play the ball, and he goes down the short side. Not much meters gained there, so we're just inside their own 30 here. We're back to Hamole. He's going to truck it up probably about 5 meters forward, so they're not making too many meters so far, Manly. Cowboys defense looking strong. We've shifted out all the way to Tom, who's been dragged to the ground by Drinkwater. Absolutely. Is that Drinkwater? Who's that?
Burns.
I'm not sure. That's Burns. Okay. Great tackle. Brooks down the short side. Gets it out a little bit delayed to
Chester.
Hopewadi, Hopewadi slips and he's lost the ball forward. Brooks has picked it up, but that will be a knock on. Bit of enterprise play down the short side there and ends with an error, but not a terrible start by Manly.
All right, you and I, we've got the cobwebs off, mate. We're all ready to rock and roll now, bro.
That's my excuse.
No. So are these two teams, mate. We've just had the first break of the evening, and yep. Let's activate now. All right. So Sonny Luke just trapped in the ruck there. It was Braden Burns who was trapped in the ruck there for a moment or two after a good shot. So the Cowboys here have the scrum 20 meters out. It's central and it's fed. It's shifted out to the left-hand side for Laybutt. Feint to pass, but just takes the tackle and makes about 4 meters, and he's going to be stopped on the side closest to the interchange sideline. Luke passes right infield here for O'Donnell. And O'Donnell, who's been pretty underrated in some of his work this year, plays the ball on the 30-meter line. Luke, right, Tamalolo. He's met by Paseka and Trebojevic. That's of the Ben variety. And the post-contact meters make that about 8 meters post-contact, about a 12-meter run in total. Luke decides to go to Dearden onto Lukey, and Lukey enters Manly territory here. Again, Cowboys are running right to left here, and Dearden is running right to left, gives it to Clifford, and Clifford throws an intercept pass, and now it's with Saab, Aaron, and Saab versus Perch.
Saab is dragged down. We're about 13 meters away here. It's picked up by Fogarty, who takes it from dummy half and is stopped by a couple of Cowboys defenders. Now 5 meters away, and they get a set restart for their trouble. So we've got a full set of 6 inside the red zone here. They've gone out to the left. It's now with Ben Trebojevic, who's taken it down just outside 10 meters. Brooks back on the inside. We're now with Hetherington. Hetherington charges it up forward into the 10-meter zone of the Cowboys. Brooks has it. He throws the dummy. He throws a late pass. And that is a try to Lehigh Hopewadi. That was pretty easy. That was a very good delayed pass by Brooks after throwing what was a fairly crisp dummy. Lehigh Hopewadi strolls over untouched on the edge.
I haven't called a Cowboys game since Las Vegas, mate, and they lost that one, and this is the first time since. So if they lose this one, bro, I think I'm just gonna kill the stream. So yes, mate. But Luke Brooks versus Tom Dearden. Tom Dearden. Oh, Tom Dearden wasn't looking at Luke Brooks, and Luke Brooks said, "Thank you very much." And yeah, poked his nose through, and because the defensive line was already up, there was Hopewadi out there on the sting, mate, just calling for it. Could have walked backwards over the try line there for it, mate. But now, good play from Luke Brooks, bro. Just unfortunate there from Tom Dearden, I got to say, mate. He was solely focused on Kohler.
Honestly, I don't even think that dummy was necessary because Dearden was so zoned in on Cooler that he probably didn't even need to throw the dummy, and he would have been able to get the late pass after he poked his nose through and scored anyway. But I know the dummy just adds a little bit of icing on the cake, I think. Makes it look like he's absolutely conned the defense.
You had also Ben Burbo also running around the back as well. But here's Fogarty.
Fogarty, I'd say this is probably, 2 meters in from the touchline. The ball is in the air and it is curving back to the left, and it is no good. So it's a 4-0 game after a little more than 6 minutes of game time.
Ooh. Well, Cowboys, they haven't completed a set yet in the first 6.5 minutes. I don't think Manly have either up until that point as well, bro. And the intercept was beautifully read. It was beautifully read there by Ruben Garrick about 2 minutes ago, mate. So Manly, they don't fear Townsville, and it's showing. They're 4 points nil up after 6.5.
All right, the ball is back up in the air again. We have had kickoff. It is down with Saab, passes it back inside to Hetherington again. Same as the first kickoff of the game, although it's not taken very far there. 5 meters out, short side, down to Hamole. Hamole gets it probably another 8 meters worth. We're going short side again here. They're liking the short side play at the moment, Manly. It's with Garrick. He's gotten it out past the 20, probably about 25 meters. Now we're going back left, and that is a bustling run by Taniela Paseka. That is huge. He's gotten nearly to the 40-meter line. Brooks has it again. The Cowboys defense absolutely stretched, but Manly have given away a penalty, and that would probably have to be an obstruction. I actually have not seen what happened here, so we're looking at the replay now. Oh, it's Burbo. Burbo runs in, stops in the defensive line, which gives Brooks all the space in the world. All right, and there's the penalty kick away.
All right, we're looking for the immediate strike back because Luke Brooks is going to have a special game tonight by the looks of things. Primetime Thursday night footy. And here's Lukey with the first carry. Oh, don't you dare. Not now, man. We're only 7 minutes in. Lukey plays it. And now the Cowboys, they find themselves 15 meters away. A late hit to the back of Taumalolo by Hetherington, but that's fair on, but play on. Drinkwater first receiver, running, passing, Clifford, running. Who's with him? Oh, man, just grabbed onto the jersey by Fogarty. Good run by the big red dog. Drinkwater right to Dearden, back under for Taumalolo. And it takes 3 Manly defenders to take him down. So they're 9 meters away. 4th tackle. Passing right to Dearden, flat for Hess. But the defense is good from Brooks and Ben Trebojevic. Sonny Luke decides to go right down the short side. Drinkwater puts in the lovely grubber kick. And it was a good attempt by Chester to score that try, but I don't think it was successful. As a matter of fact, we're going back to the 20 for a tap.
Now, this is where I'm confused. Is this a 6 or a 7 tackle set? Because I think it might be a 6 because is it considered a knock-on and goal? Yeah, 6 tackle set. So that's the first tackle just there inside their own 30-meter line.
That's a great pickup, Aaron.
All right, now we are with Garrick. Garrick has taken it up past the 40, but it is the 3rd tackle, so they've done a little bit of work already. Wakeham to Gerbo. Gerbo's inside Cowboys territory now. Back on the left, to a rampaging Tom Trebojevic. Manly have it on the last 46-meter gain. It is reefed up in the air from about 30 meters out. Saab is there. He takes the grab, but he's quickly taken the ground. No pass or offload away, and that is a changeover to the Cowboys right on the sideline, basically.
Well, they've gone 90 meters, Aaron. I know it was a 20-meter tap, but it wasn't even a 7-tackle set. They've gone 90 meters, Manly. Oh, what a ball! Infield to Burnsy. Holy smokes. Centre field immediately. Dearden at dummy half, scoots to the left-hand side, running. He's on the 20, but he's met with Fogarty, but Ola Kawatu helps to finish him off. And now it's a pass by Purdue right to Drinkwater, back under for Chester. And Chester's knocked the ball on, and it's picked up by Ola Kawatu.
Oh, that's a very simple error there that has been made. And now Manly have the ball, 7 tackles set just inside the 30 of the Cowboys. And oh my gosh, is that no try? Okay, we're going upstairs for Lehigh Hopewadi here. He's had an absolutely bustling run again down that left side touchline. It looked like he might have been dragged towards the in goal here by the Cowboys defense.
I'd be stunned if this wasn't a try.
Is it momentum? I think the ball carrying arm touches the ground, but he does clearly have momentum. And I think in the process of trying to hold the ball up, Braden Burns has pulled him into the in goal. But it has gone up, no try, so we do have to check. Okay, short there. Ball is up in the air. Oh, what? So it looks like
right
we're on the line. So he's on the line here. But his hand is under the ball. Does the ball make contact with the turf? Oh, this behind the play camera angle might give us something a bit more conclusive.
It did go up as no try, did it not, Aaron?
Yeah,
I think
it went
did.
up as no try. The ball is definitely grounded. The question is it before the line or on the line? I'd say it's before the line and then held up, or the tackle has been complete because there's a hand on him.
Alrighty, so can you hear anything, mate? I've got the volume low.
I can hear a little bit through my headset. Okay, it is a no try, but it's no double movement or anything like that. So we're playing the ball just outside the in goal. They've spread it. Oh, and there's been a knock on here. All right. Kobe Hetherington, in trying to run the ball up, has knocked it on in a tackle.
Tamalolo with the hit, saving the day as he always friggin' does. But that's a contentious call, hey man. I would not have been upset if that came back as a try, to be honest with you, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm quite happy based on that behind. Well, I mean, the behind the view showed us that the ball hit the ground, but the normal camera angle couldn't quite determine whether it was on the line or not. So I think it's fair to keep it as a no try.
Oh, bloody hell. Well, the Cowboys have got the ball and it's 6 again. And I think it was O'Donnell that got absolutely folded by Ola Kawatu, and here's Ruben Cotter getting stung in some strong contact by this Kieran Foran-led Manly side, and now it's getting spread out to the right for Lukey, and it's a good legs tackle from Luke Brooks on the 40-meter line, still inside their own territory. Drinkwater goes right to Dearden. Nice ball for Chester, but even better defense there from Hopewati. And this is the 4th. Dearden running left to Clifford. Nice ball for O'Donnell. Wanted to maybe spin and offload, but again, good tackle from the halves in that set, and it's Clifford who puts the ball up. Trbojevic will take it uncontested.
He has Saab as a little bit of a block, but Saab then gets out of the way and Turbo runs down the short side. All right, we're going to ruck it forward with Jason Saab here. That's a very good post-contact run. He's out past the 20, about 25 out, back down towards the right-hand touchline now, and that is Garrick, I believe, who's tackled about 33 meters out from his own line.
Come on, boys.
We're back on the inside now to, I'd say that's, I don't know, that is maybe Cooler.
Hopper.
Short ball from dummy half, and it's with Turbo. Oh, and Turbo, is that a cramp? He looks like he's cramped up.
Well, no, it can't be a cramp. It's only bloody 12 minutes in the game, Aaron.
It's very early into the game.
Oh, no, but this is awful. No,
I hammy maybe?
Oh, God.
What's happened here? That immediate reaction looked like cramp, but yeah, it is way too early in the game to be cramp. But he's okay. So he's holding that left leg out and he's clutching at the upper hammy right under the gluteus.
I don't know if there was it jammed, didn't it? And I don't know if it was because of the way it hit the ground or if there was a little bit of knee on knee contact with Taumalolo, Aaron.
Yeah, he's gotten up and he's hobbling to the sideline.
Oh,
Yeah, that is
I'm so
awful.
sorry. I'm so sorry, dude.
Yeah, it might have been one of those ones. If it is knee on knee contact, it's probably jangled up his nerves in the back of his leg there, and he's absolutely feeling some sort of burn there, and he's absolutely shattered leaving the field, and I feel for him because that's not a player you want to lose to injury, especially with so much of the game still to go. He's their captain now as well, so I wonder who takes his place as co-captain or vice captain. All right, we're on the last tackle here, back underway, kicking from the NRL logo. It's caught inside 5 meters from the Cowboys' own line by Drinkwater, and he goes to ground.
All righty. Well, oh man. Well, you don't ever want a player from the opposition to go down, right? But maybe it might just give them a bit of energy, just to, Turbo's not out there now. So let's go a little bit more hell for leather. And gee whiz, Tom Chester was wanting to go hell for leather just then. Holy freaking smokes. But it's a penalty because Jake Trbojevic was offside inside the 20-meter zone of the Cowboys. Clifford with ball in hand. Far out.
That's a
now that
monster of a kick.
Yeah. So about 25 meters downfield, and it's tapped from their own 40, and Lukey takes it up to halfway, and that's tackle 1. Players come to a stop.
Okay. I have no idea what that was for.
I have no idea. I apologize. But Jason Taumalolo hits the ball up. That's tackle number 2. And they're inside Manly territory. Drinkwater, first receiver, left to Clifford, dummies, and Olakawatu had to snap him down. Otherwise, Clifford may have been away. Third tackle, 14 minutes gone. It's 4 points to 0, and the pass was too high for Cotter, and Cotter's made the error. Oh boy, can we just go back in the sheds and start this game again for both these sides' sakes, please?
I'd say all of the Cowboys would like that. Manly probably not so much. Although it's
or if they could turn back time, yes.
If they get Turbo back, turn back time and get Turbo back, they'd probably like it a bit more.
Yes.
So, all right, so we've got a scrum here now. Manly's feed just on the Cowboys' side of their own 30-meter line. So a good set here could lead to good field position. We have had Clayton Fualalo come into the game. I would assume that is at the expense of Tom Trbojevic. So he might be playing fullback now, unless they've maybe moved Garrick there. But we'll have to see how that kind of shapes out through this game. All right, Manly. Fualalo has been dragged almost towards the sideline, but he manages to get to ground. Tackle is called. Third tackle now, and we're inside, and we're right on the 30-meter line of Manly. Wakeham to Fogarty. Fogarty to Brooks. Brooks, second receiver to Olakawatu. He tries to get an offload away, but wisely decides to hold the ball. Back to Fogarty down the short side. Oh, and it is knocked on by Garrick.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that is potentially a try gone begging, because they had a very good kicking opportunity on the last there.
Well, I can confirm to you, mate, that it is Falalo that's shifted out to the left centre. Kohler is playing fullback and Hopewadi is playing on the sting. Jackson Purdue has lost the ball, or it's been a strip. It's been stripped. Ball is with Manly, Aaron.
Brooks picked it up, got a quick pass away. We're now down the left-hand sideline of Manly here. 0 tackle, so it must have been a knock-on as opposed to a strip. It is with Jake Trbojevic now, wearing that very bumpy-looking black headgear. That looks more like the headgear I've seen players in the NFL wearing, the skull cap type one. All right, that is a bustling run by Tolu Kula. Tries to get the offload away, but fails to do so. It's now with Fogarty. Fogarty back on the inside to Olakawatu. Olakawatu stands at the tackle. They cannot bring down that absolute man mountain. Wakeham back left. He goes to Hetherington. Hetherington was basically at a standing start, so doesn't get much meters. Wakeham now back down left to Brooks. Brooks to Burbo. Burbo to Cooler again. And he's dragged down about 3 meters short. Back short side again. Brooks and Lehigh Hopewati back in, untouched again due to some very, very late offloading. A very quick pass, like one of those tap-on passes. And once again, Lehigh Hopewati in down the sideline, untouched. He's basically standing there and he could just plonk the ball down whenever he pleases. That's how easy that was for him.
They
are seeing the replay again here. That was a very quick pass to Brooks. Yeah, Brooks gets it. So I'm not sure. Was that Falalo?
Sure was, mate.
Gets the offload away to Hopewati, and Hopewati once again in the corner untouched. Geez, this thing about Manly never losing at this new Queensland Country Bank Stadium, they're playing to that now.
Sure are, mate. Yeah, that right edge defensively for North Queensland is getting shot to bits at the moment. Just absolutely stripped him for numbers. Tom Chester was involved in that tackle on Kohler, and then just the Cowboys just couldn't recover. It became a easy laneway for Hopewati and Falalo, who's only just come onto the paddock. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like we could sit here and say, "Oh no, Tom Turbo's out," and it is, "Oh no, Tom Turbo is out," but it can also lift. It can galvanize a team. And look, man, they haven't changed. They've had a few errors, but Cowboys, again, they've only completed a couple of sets, man. They need to just start again, even though it's 10-0 or 8-0, but they just need to start again.
Manly are playing with a freedom under Foran that we just didn't see early in this season in those first few games at home under Seabold, and it's actually really refreshing to watch.
Yep, absolutely.
How far is it going to take them through the season is probably the question, but you can't really rule anything out if they continue to play like this, because I don't know what Seabold was training them, but Foran has just taken the shackles off them, let them do their thing, and it's really starting to play to their strengths.
Yep.
By the way, you mentioned the right edge defense of the Cowboys. Is that where the Broncos did most of their damage to you last week?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I thought so. So Manly have obviously taken a little bit from what the Broncos were able to do to you guys last week, and that right edge defense is very much a target for them. So we're back underway now. Brooks has caught the kickoff in the in goal.
Oof.
That's very good defense on the first play there.
Good tackle.
Hardly getting anywhere. Taniela Paseka charges it up forward, gets it just inside his own 20. Gerbo, I don't know who that dummy was trying to fool, but it didn't fool anyone. He's taken down 30 out. It's now with Ola Kawadu, brushes off a tackle and take 2 men to bring him down as he charges up. 4th tackle, and they're already past their own 40-meter line. We're going back left. It's back with Hetherington again, who knocks it on halfway, and it's back with the Cowboys now.
Alrighty, Tom Dearden's got the ball in hand, gives it on to Chester, and Chester's going to get wrapped. No, was that punched out?
No advantage.
What's the call here?
It'd have to be no advantage because of the knock-on, I think.
All right, now, would Manly want to challenge it? No, probably not. They'll just keep their challenge in their back pocket. So it's Hetherington that's made the error. It must be so humid and sweaty up there in Townsville right now, man. And look, we're only 20 minutes in, and Hetherington is flowing like a river from the melon, bro.
But I wouldn't be surprised if more players were.
But the positive, well, not a positive, but the thing here is the Cowboys have had a bit of a habit of coming back in games over the past 4 weeks or so, man. Looking for their 5th win in a row tonight. So, look, they're in not unfamiliar waters here, but they can't leak another point here to Manly, unfortunately. So it's second tackle, and they're about 41 metres away from the try line. So inside Manly territory, and Ruben Cotter's got the pill, and he'll get up and play the ball now. That's the third tackle. Dearden first receiver, right to Drinkwater, right to Chester, right to Burnsy, and he just put on a bit of a step, but is wrapped up eventually. Plays the ball 28 metres away. Drinkwater has acres of space in front of him. Floats the ball left to Dearden, left to Clifford. Clifford puts in a kick that's knocked backwards by Saab, and Saab is going to be trapped in the in-goal area. I wasn't a fan of the kick on the fourth, but it ended up being a good result for North Queensland.
It was almost right to Saab. I mean, Saab is probably the tallest player out there, and he gets fingers to it. Probably just doesn't react quick enough. If he manages to catch that, he's potentially off and racing down the right-hand touchline there. But no, good defense on him in the end by the Cowboys to force the short dropout.
Well, I thought Jake Trbojevic was a bit offside from the dropout. Well, there it is, ruled out. Tom Trbojevic's hamstring has gone bust. So at least it is nothing more than that. So best wishes to Tom Trbojevic. But we stay with the game here as Hess rumbles up forward, and he's met by Wakeham at hooker. Here's Clifford first receiver onto Cotter, spinning, not able to offload. Third tackle. 10 points to nil. Cowboys need to score next. And it's going to be through Cohen Hess. Nice ball from Dearden to Hess from about 12 metres out. Yeehaw.
He just shrugged off a defender there and also scored an easy try. That was beautifully done by Hess. Here's the replay here. Cotter plays the ball towards the right here. Yeah, that is a beauty of a short pass. Absolute rip snorter of a short pass by Dearden. Shrugs off a tackle, does Hess. Plonks it down right outside the upright.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if the Cowboys were sort of making that game plan up for Ben Trbojevic, catching him on the inside shoulder, or maybe like they've seen something where Jake Trbojevic was just sort of lumbering in the background there, Aaron.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the defense here. Yeah, so that looks like Ben there, and that is a very bad miss. Barely laid a hand on him.
But Jake Trbojevic, after 23 minutes, it must be stinking hot up in Townsville tonight, man.
I actually didn't see Jake, but yeah, I'll take your word for it that he lumbering there. So, I mean, yeah, I've heard horrible things about how muggy and humid it's going to be up in Darwin tomorrow night. I wouldn't be surprised if Townsville's pretty similar tonight.
Oh my God, dude. If it is awful tonight in Townsville, I feel sorry for the Dolphins and Panthers tomorrow night. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that, mate. That's going to be awful conditions, bro.
The Dolphins coming off the bye, though, that could be in their favor for that, as if humidity is a factor. I've heard it's going to be 70+% humidity up there tomorrow night with like 85% chance of precipitation. So,
my God. Well, we're halfway through this game, and I think we're getting exactly what we expected, Aaron. It's probably going to be a high-scoring thriller tonight up in Townsville, and it's a fair crowd in Townsville. And kickoff has commenced, caught by Dearden, and it's Griffin Neame. That's such an underrated part of his game. Griffin Neame is run backs towards the defense after a kickoff, and here's Helam Lukey trying to complement that, and he gets over the 20-meter line by a meter or so. Luke passes left infield for Kamikaze McKaylee, and he's rocked there by Jake Trbojevic. Stopped in his tracks, so good defense. Plays the ball. They're over the 30 now, and this is Kai O'Donnell. Was one-on-one with Fogarty for a moment, but then Ola Kawatu comes in alongside Garrick as well. Fourth tackle. Luke, right infield for Drinkwater. Right to Dearden, out the back to Chester, puts the step on Hopewadi, and he explodes downfield. Falalo takes him down. Oh, but no, not held. Chester continues. Brooks strips. Oh, it could be a Luke Brooks legacy game. Oh, dear.
Oh, that is unfortunate because that was looking very good for the Cowboys. Brooks with a big play to strip the ball because his defense was having a hard time getting back on side. Yeah, you're probably not wrong about these conditions, mate. So, what are we now? We're third tackle. We're running it up towards the 40. I think we've made some changes here for Manly as well. So, who's that? Who's come onto the field? That is Siwa Takeaho with a big, strong carry. We're now with Corey Waddell, who's charging it up into Cowboys territory on the last play. Brooks kicks very high. It's caught on
Very
the 10
high.
by Drinkwater.
Well done, Drinkwater. Gives it back to Burns. Well, beat the first initial attempt by jersey number 17 for the Sea Eagles. That man was Takiaho, apologies. And now it's a 6 again here for North Queensland, right on their own 30. Dearden goes right to Braden Burns once more, asking for a high shot. Plays the ball a couple of meters short of halfway, and here's Griffin Neem, rocked by the Trebojevic brothers. Luke left, McKaylee straightens his run, makes a good 8+ meter carry. Luke scoots to the left-hand side, makes an effective 10 meters and gets down to the 20-meter line of the Manly Seagulls. This is the last tackle. 14 and a half minutes to go. 10-6, Clifford, Drinkwater, left onto O'Donnell, and that's okay. That's okay. And box him in and focus on the discipline here, North Queensland. Just quickly, just want to say hello to Annie. Let's do this, counts, and hopefully soon to be Dragon Star Drinkwater has a blinder. Thank you, Annie. Thank you very much, Annie, for the reminder there on Drinkwater. But yes, go Cowboys indeed.
Just had to throw that in there. Okay, yeah. So we've seen Gerbo down in back play now after the first tackle here. Oh, that is a very good run post contact by Tolu Kula. Second tackle, and they're just inside their own 30. I had a little bit of a glitch with my programming there, so I didn't quite see that. But that looks like Waddell who's taken it up.
Yep.
Geez, this is just a very good, hard, rucking it out set by Manly here, and it's got them all the way to halfway with a couple of plays up their sleeve. This is excellent work. All right, we are back with Olakawatu. Oh, that's another probably close to 10 meters post contact for Olakawatu again. 56 meters off that set. Kick in the air. It's one of those spiral bombs that's allowed to bounce. It is with Cotter. But it looks like they've called the penalty for the accidental offside, or the offside, I think, because he's deliberately gone and grabbed the ball. Jeez, I don't even know if it touched the Cowboys as it came down, but it must have.
I'm cool with it, but like, what else are you supposed to do in that situation? You know, there was less than half a meter in it. Someone's on report.
Clayton
Falalo.
I wonder what that was for. We might get to see that later. All right, Manly, instead of going for goal to make it a 6-point game, have decided to tap and run. So Jake Simpkin is on the field now. Jake passes it. We're going left. It's with Brooks. Brooks back inside to Burbo. Burbo's taken a ground 5 out. And there's a 6 again for a ruck infringement. He was holding down way too long there. Holokawatu has it now. Oh, he sees the white line, guns it, but is brought down. Simpkin back inside.
Ford!
Oh, I have to agree with you on that one. That looked very forward. Jeez. All right. Okay, so we've got Simpkin and Wakeham out there now. Fogarty with the kick.
Offside. No way, offside.
And it's been awarded. The try has been awarded to Ben Trebojevic. The only one of the 3 left on the field as it stands right now. So that's going to make my job a little bit easier, I suppose. But yeah, we've got to have a look at this this kick here. Oh, he's absolutely offside. My word. He's a good 3 meters in front of the kick. Oh, what do you think, Sam? You're the Cowboys supporter in this room.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's 3 meters. It is closer.
Maybe a slight exaggeration.
It looks a bit closer upon initial inspection, but they're looking at the grounding here already, Aaron.
Yeah. What have we? All right. So we're being shown the slow-mo here. Yeah, like the kick is taken basically on the 10, and And
They're
Ben looks
both
to be a
offside.
step or Ben looks to be a step or two in front of the 10.
They're both offside, Aaron.
This can't be a
Surely.
try. Try confirmed. Oh my word.
Oh my God.
Jeez. Well, the grounding was fine, but he's so offside.
Am I way too biased right now? Like,
No,
I
I wouldn't say you're biased if you think that shouldn't be a try. Jeez.
I gotta move on. But
All right, this is the easiest conversion of the night for Manly now as well. Fogarty almost from directly in front. So it seems the decision to take the tap and go was the correct one because it's straight over the black dot, and it is now a 10-point game again, 16-6. Just over 10 minutes left in the first half here.
far out. Just as
Showing the true
Cowboys, dude, just as Cowboys were starting to get some momentum going, just as they were starting to get things happening, really unfortunate accidental offside penalty call is blown on Cotter. I mean, then again, that's the penalty you pay for not attacking the ball and allowing the opposition to make the first play at it. But it is humid. These players are sweating as if it's the 79th minute at the moment. So who the hell am I? But oh man, that one stings. Come on, boys, stay resilient.
Maybe he took the chance at getting the penalty called on him in the hope that they'd go for penalty goal and make it a 6-point game. But no, Manly, it works out in their favour here. All right, so we are now second tackle, and it is back with Takeaho, who's on the 10-metre line. So the Cowboys are muscling up in defence here. It's now with Olakawatu. That's a good bullocking 10-metre run from Olakawatu. Down the short side here, Simpkin. Simpkin gets it to Garrick. Garrick is dragged down, and he's trying to stand up and play the ball. No set restart there by the looks of things. Yep, we are carrying on here. Good passing of the ball here. It is now with Cooler. Cooler is brought down. Geez, they spread it a long way there. Brooks runs just over the 40, kicks it end over end, and is taken by Drinkwater about 14 meters out.
Well, there's the story of the first half, man. Cowboys completing at 54%, Manly completing at about 70+%. And I've got to say that this young man, Chester,
you've got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. First team to really control the pill is going to go a long way here, and it's absolutely in favour of Manly at the moment. So Jake Trbojevic went off for a HIA because he collided with Jason Taumalolo. Oh no, it's another incomplete set for Cowboys.
Is that going to take their completion rate below 50%? If so, that is horrible. Oh no. Okay, yeah. So he tries to get the offload away, and it's caught by Manly, but he's gone into touch anyway, so it's Manly ball regardless.
It's wet weather football, bro.
without a drop of rain in the sky. All right. So because he's gone into touch, it's just a changeover. So good field position for Manly here. Second tackle now, second play rather, and they are already inside Cowboys territory. Back with Bullymore. So we're back down the left here. Good short.
Oh, good shot.
Passing. Great hit there. And he's feeling it. He's still down on his haunches. He's not sure which way's up and which way's down potentially there. Oh, that is a very good pass out to Sub. Oh, they've gone obstruction here again, have they?
Yeah, no, he just loitered in the line there. It wasn't Olakawatu. Is there a challenge?
Oh, yep, they're challenging. Okay, so we're going to get a really good chance to look at this one here. Might turn my TV up just a couple notches so I can hear this a little better. All right, well, Cooper Cronky in commentary doesn't like Manly's chances here. So it looks like he's going to go the short ball to Garrick. Garrick runs through or past him. stops in front of the defender. The defender contacts him. Yep. Challenge unsuccessful by the sound of it. Yep. Challenge very unsuccessful. Garrick absolutely impedes the defense there.
Can't stop in the line like that, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
That is one of the more obvious obstructions you'll see. So
Well, that's a nice little bonus. It's a nice little bonus there for the Cowboys, but please, for the love of goodness, complete a set. Just complete a set. And this is Sam McIntyre now, who's had a couple of injury concerns in 2026, but very welcome addition. Griffin Neem now, tackle 2. Makes a few post-contact meters with 7 minutes to go before halftime. 16 points to 6. Scott Drinkwater stops on his run, comes back to the right-hand side. Now he comes back to the left and is finished off. So they're about 25 out. Luke passes to McKaylee, who just goes straight and hard, replicating exactly what Manly have done in this first half. Clifford, first receiver on the left, on to Drinkwater, left to Purdue. That's a pass that has fallen the way of Manly.
Okay, I guess they've called that a forward pass. And all right, so yeah, that's another incompletion by the Cowboys. So in our first tackle, Manly just outside their own 20. Barnstorming run there by Olakawatu. No, not Olakawatu. Cooler, that is. And we're kicking on the third play here. It's gone down. Drinkwater's had to run backwards to catch it, but he has done so, and we're back here with the Cowboys again.
Well, to be fair, that was good positioning from Scott Drinkwater on the third tackle. Fogarty absolutely nails those 40-20s for fun. So that's great positioning from Scott Drinkwater. And this is the third tackle. Tom Chester bounces away from Hopewadi, and I think he did get clipped across the cheek. And it's going to be called as such. All right, so Manly just leaving the door open here for Cowboys to get back to within a converted try at the least.
That kick didn't appear to have the angle for the 40-20, I'd have to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, just a slap across the face. So from 30 out, Chester taps, passes left for Lukey. Oh, man, no post-contact meters there. That's strong defense from Waddell and Travojevic there. 22 meters away. Here's Griffin Neem. Met solidly by Takeaho. Second tackle, Luke to Clifford. On the left, to Drinkwater. Holds it up a fraction before he gave it to Purdue. Offloads to Drinkwater. Passes right to Luke. And Luke is just going to take the tackle here. They lost about 5 meters on that play. Third tackle, a scoop from dummy half from Cotter. Haven't seen that in a long time. And Thomas McKaylee scores his first try in the NRL. McKaylee. No! Why are we going to the bunker? Why? It is a no try. Why? Why? McKaylee knows it.
Oh, he's short. He's lost it short on the leg. Oh. It's been dislodged on the leg.
You can't use your foot though, can you? You can't use your foot, can you?
I think it's been called a no try on the basis of a knock on in the field of play here.
Because the use of the foot, you can't use your foot to stop a try.
Isn't that more in like the sliding in to stop a try, or? He could have absolutely done some major damage to his leg there. That was very risky by Cooler because, like, even on that slow-mo there, that leg bends in a way that legs should not bend. But it has stopped the try. So it is a scrum on the 10 to Manly. Just under 5 left on the clock for the first half here. So let's see what they do with it. Simpkin passes right.
Come on, boys.
Not sure which play that is, but Cowboys here need a very good defensive set. Oh, that is a good charging run there by Waddell. He's taken it second play outside his own 30-meter line. Burbo basically dives over the 40, tries to pinch a couple of extra meters and is allowed to. Fourth tackle complete now, right on halfway, and it is Fualalo. Simpkin, I think, tries the dummy the run and dummy down the short side there. Last play, kicking just outside the Cowboys 40. That's gone a fairly decent way up in the air again. Cowboys kick chase. Oh, sorry. Oh, my word. Drinkwater knocks it back, in trying to catch it. It's picked up by Falalo, who gives an absolute gift of a try to Brandon Wakeham, one of the many players who make this team the Manly Sea Tigers. Let's have another look at this. Yeah, he can't quite get hands to it. Falalo hands it over basically inside the in goal to Brandon Wakeham. And that is an absolute gift of a try, unlike any you will ever see.
Oh, you poor bugger, Scott Drinkwater.
Unless it's Daly Cherry Evans passing it in the in goal to Gordon Chan Kum Tong. I'll not forget that.
Oh, they crossed twice over the past 10 minutes, Aaron.
Yeah.
And
this is slipping away from you in a big hurry.
Oh, Mr. JT.
Jake looks like he's been cleared here to return to the game based on the fact that he's standing up on the sideline there. This is about to be a 16-point game. There it is. 16-point game, 2.5 left in the first half. Did you like my comment about the Manly Sea Tigers there, Sam?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Mate, before his ball was kicked off to start this season, Manly Sea Eagles were rated as the worst forward pack in the NRL. They have taken that personally, bro. And for
they really have.
The past 3 weeks, mate, their forward pack has been exceptional. They look bigger than our forward pack. And they're just running with more venom at the moment. Obviously, the Cowboys' completion rate, I shudder to think what it might be right now. It might be 45% in a half of football, bro.
I mean, you'll probably pull the stats up at halftime, I'm sure, and we're going to see some not particularly pleasant reading for you and other Cowboys fans in the world out there. But we're back underway with just over 2 minutes left. First tackle on Manly's 10-meter line. That's another charging run. Yeah, these Manly forwards, especially these Manly bench forwards, they're taking everything personally at the moment. They are just going gung-ho.
That's a good, quick defensive play there by Luke.
Worry be the conditions. They are just rucking it for every single meter they can. And it's working for them. So kicking early there on the 5th play. Good positioning again by Drinkwater, who catches it on his own 10-meter line. Is tackled just inside his own 20. Minute and a half left.
All righty. Come on, guns blazing, Cowboys. Guns blazing before halftime. And Zach Laybutt tried to do exactly that. But Olakau'atu's defense has been really good. Here's Jackson Purdue running to the right-hand side, up over the 30 by a little bit. And there's Zach Laybutt. No, Braden Burns having a bit of a jinking run, able to offload to Dearden right onto Chester. But the defense from Manly as well has to be complimented. And that was made by Falalo just then as well, too. The youngster who wasn't really expecting to play tonight.
Oh.
And all of a sudden,
Oh, cows, what are you doing? 11 errors to Manly's 4. My word. Oh, 8 out of 19 completions. There it is, Sam. There's the 42%. Wow. Well, plenty of time to dissect that coming up, but we've got the rest of this half to play out here. Manly have it. Oh, chip and chase. It's on the 3rd play here. Oh, there's a wall of Cowboys. It's battered dead by Drinkwater. but Cooler was not far away. And I think Cooler's talking to the referee, trying to complain about a potential shepherd there. And I think there probably was one. Here we go. We're seeing on the replay here. Yeah, there's like 4 Cowboys there who kind of form a bit of a wall to kind of hope that ball trickles over the sideline. Yeah, Cooler was blocked by a few there. Jake's back on the field as well. He might have taken over as captain. And we're going into halftime. 22 for Manly, 6 to the Cows.
Jesus.
Penny, your thoughts?
Oh, well, clearly the victory against Brisbane at Suncorp last week has taken a toll. It was a massive game, and they've come up here and it's humid conditions. And yeah, they started the game flat, and I think McKaylee provided some energy off the bench. Then Aaron for the Cowboys, and that's I think so. Neem was okay. And this is, hang on, I've got to focus my thoughts here, mate. Holy smokes.
While you're thinking a little bit, I will say the early stages of the game, Taumalolo was doing a lot of very good work for you, not just with the ball, but without it as well. And I think he was probably your main man trying to prevent Manly from bustling their way downfield. But Manly have clearly come into this game with a bit of a game plan around the conditions to not throw it around too helter-skelter. I mean, they're spreading it a decent amount, but they're not really making some of the same risky passes and risky plays that the Cowboys are doing that are just not quite paying off for them.
I completely agree with you, man. They're just winning this game through harder running with their forward pack. They must have started a set 6 times from inside their own 20, and they just relied on their forward pack to make 60 meters downfield. They must have made 80 or 90 meters downfield on a handful of occasions, did the Manly Sea Eagles, just through harder running, mate. And if Taumalolo wasn't on the field at the start, maybe it could have been worse, bro, because Taumalolo definitely kept things, head above water a little bit. And then Tom McKaylee came on, did his best, but holy smokes, man, it's a very flat performance. Just want to say hello to Tahi, bro, who's always in the chat. Hey, mate, thank you for coming in and saying g'day. Jazz, come on, Cows, have a freaking crack. Oh, dear. And Jason Reed, a shocking first half for the Cowboys. Oh, dear. And Annie, I wouldn't want to be a Cows player at halftime. Peyton is not going to be happy. Manly look like they want this more. They're running with more venom. I can't deny it. I try to be positive. I always try to turn things into a positive, mate. But you just got to like you said.
There also haven't been that many set restarts as well. So despite the errors, you can't really say it's been. I mean, a lot of the momentum has obviously been with Manly. I'm very curious to see the run meters. I think Manly's run meters might double the Cowboys. If not, they will probably come very close to it.
Well, here we are. Let's go through it here. So possession is 57% to the Sea Eagles, 43% to the Cowboys. It says 50% completion rate here for the Cowboys, but Fox League have got Cowboys completing at 42% in the first half. Sea Eagles, they dropped the ball as well a fair bit in that first half, 70% completion rate. Here's your run meters, Aaron. Not as graphic as what you made me fear, but it's 964.
I'm quite surprised by that.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a little bit more, but maybe it's probably in turn to a couple of nice runs that Braden Burns and Tom Chester made as well that maybe levied that up a little bit. But maybe the story there is the post-contact meters, which is 369 to Manly, 213 to the Cowboys. That's maybe a little bit more like what you were looking for. The average set distance, it's almost the same, bro. It's literally coming down to this. I nearly swore. It's nearly coming down to this completion rate at this stage, man. The offloads are exactly Yep. Dummy passes 24. That's interesting. Like, hindsight hero here, but thinking about that first half in a flash, 24 dummy passes to 6 in favor of Manly. Yeah, Cowboys found themselves, like a deer in the headlights because of some of the questions that Olakau'atu, Luke Brooks, and Jamal Fogarty were asking, mate. The kicking meters is 306, and look at that, 95 kicking meters to the Cowboys, Aaron. There's the graphic. There's the gore for you in that horrible first half, mate, for the Cowboys. The defensive efficiency is 89% to 92.5% from the Cowboys. Missed tackles, Manly have missed more. And penalties conceded, Manly have conceded 4, and 6 agains are about 2 apiece at the moment. But yeah, like there's some missed tackles happening, but effectively, if the Cowboys can hold on to the game, man, like it is a bit of a game that's being played in between the two 20-meter lines, man. They are hitting and sticking defensively. But boy, howdy. We got Tahi, bro. Epileptic Spider will be saying, "Don't drop the ball." Yes, Tahi, bro. The Epileptic Spider is definitely in the Cowboys sheds right now. Steelers Nation. Are you tuning in from Pittsburgh? I think Steelers Nation is in Pittsburgh right now for the NFL draft, Aaron. I think we've got an international viewer right now, bro. But Mark, Steelers Nation Australia, mate. Thank you so much. Hey?
Isn't that a week away, the draft? I think it's a while away, isn't it? I know it's later this month.
It takes about 2 days. No, he's still in Australia at the moment. Oh, and yeah, by the way, Steelers Nation is also a Manly Sea Eagles supporter. So thank you very much, Mark, for coming in. Thank you very much, bro. He leaves Tuesday. Yeah, you can leave right now, Mark. You're a Manly Sea Eagles supporter. You can get going now, bro. Oh, shit. All right, well, let's go. Yes. Let's get into the player stats. Well, Aaron, you talk, mate. What's your reaction to that first half, and who has stuck out for you for the Manly Sea Eagles, mate? What's your take?
Yeah, okay. So obviously, Manly being able to hold on to the ball is clearly working for them. Foz has clearly come into this with the game plan. Don't drop the pill, which they have done considerably less than the Cowboys have. The fact that they're getting more opportunities to attack and put up some attacking kicks is testament to the fact that they aren't making the silly mistakes. And normally the main player for Manly who you'd probably say is making a bit of an influence on the game would be Haumole Olakau'atu. But other than some strong carries and some really rib-tickling tackles, he hasn't done a heck of a great deal. Honestly, the halves are both getting their hands on the ball quite a bit. They're both putting on plays, whether it's going down the short side or spreading through the hands, going down the long side. I'd say, Fogarty and Brooks, to me, both standing out quite a bit in this game. Would they be your picks for Manly, or would you be thinking of any other players? Or
Brooks has been sensational. Like he has been so good tonight, man. And his inside men or outside men, however way they're shaping up, Olakau'atu and Ben Trbojevic have helped them out defensively for sure. Olakau'atu has been a power of strength as well, but I'm right there with you, man. I think Fogarty and Brooks has done sensationally well. If Tom Trbojevic was still out there, the scoreline might be a little bit bigger, to be perfectly honest with you, mate, because he was looking the goods to start with. And look, I think Brandon Wakeham, I mean, they can't do what Fogarty and Brooks can't do what they do unless if they're not getting good service from dummy half. And I think Wakeham, sometimes not being recognised is a compliment and is sometimes a good thing. He did his job. He got the ball out effectively left and right, did Brandon Wakeham to start off with. But yeah, I think Olakau'atu and the spine and Kohler shifting to fullback, they don't. I don't want to say they don't miss anything because they do, but Kohler to step into fullback is delightful for Manly Sea Eagles supporters, 100%. So just quickly go in and say g'day, Jazz. He's so highly regarded over on the Northern Beaches, is Kieran Foran. I think you're alluding to, Jazz. I think you're alluding to. And yeah, Steelers Nation, Tommy is always hurt. Tom Trbojevic down with a hamstring injury. Hopefully it's not a 4 to 6 weeker. Hopefully it's just a bit of a twinge. Tahi Bro says that isn't it amazing how a team picks it up for a coach? Yeah. Kieran Foran's just got this. He's got this class about him, bro. But he's also got that, that Kiwi intensity to him as well, Aaron.
Yep. In the preseason, did you have Manly in the bottom 4 of your ladder going into the season? Were you another?
Mate, I tipped Manly for the wooden spoon.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. I just didn't like their forward pack, bro. And Luke Brooks and Fogarty, as a halves combination, it's not an attractive halves combination on paper, bro, but they've just come out with more venom and more willing to run, a little bit more desire. And yeah, man, the Cowboys, they've just come out flat after a huge Friday night footy game down at Suncorp, being on the road for 2 weeks in a row. Here I am making excuses. I'm not, but I'm just saying how the story has gone so far. They've come back up to Townsville and, yeah, man, they're a bit flat, unfortunately, Aaron. But Steelers Nation says you got to love sport. You never know. Absolutely. Yep, we all love sport, mate. You never know, bro. And Paul, no one liked Seabold, Sam. No, absolutely not, bro. If Seabold was still in charge.
It seemed like there was a little bit of a coup from the playing group as well to get Seabold ousted, which, I mean, it came at the expense of a lot of the Manly fans going to those games in their first 3 games of the season, all home games, leaving disappointed every time.
Yep.
And I think the biggest concern I had, especially after that round 2 game against the Knights, where they're down by 20 at halftime, Ponga and Brown don't return to the game in the second half. You think Manly, with the talent they've got in that team, you thought they would have been able to make a comeback of it in the second half, but they ended up losing that game by 20. And from there, the questions were asked, like, are they going to have what it takes to beat anyone? And then all of a sudden, Seabold's gone. Foran takes the shackles off and just lets them play football. And, I mean, they had come out absolutely obliterate the Dolphins in Redcliffe, which I didn't expect to happen. I mean, I expected them to put up a fight in that game, but I didn't expect them to put 52 unanswered points on the board before the Dolphins hit back. And, I mean, Dragons last week, you kind of thought, given the way the Dragons are going, that would have been a close game, but a win for Manly. And here they are now, halfway through this game, leading 22-6, looking like they've got the world in front of them potentially. Maybe trying to make a lot of the preseason critics eat their words, and so far so good. And like you said, their forward pack, starting forwards, bench forwards, basically everyone at that club, pretty much every forward pack every forward in the pack at that club, they're on a mission. They're on an absolute mission.
Steelers Nation says a player's coach always helps, in my view. That's well put. Absolutely. Kieran Foran is absolutely a player's coach. Foz played tough for Manly. Absolutely, mate. And Foz also has a great story also on YouTube doco. Yeah, that is a good doco, mate. So just quickly, we see the Cowboys on screen now. We got Paseka, who only made 4 runs but made 55 meters. So that's a bit telling there. But some of the stats here, Olakawatu ran 10 times for 93 meters in that first half. I'm sure he made about 10 plus tackles in that first half. Jake Trbojevic ran 6 for 60. Bullymore came off the bench. You mentioned Waddell, and you highlighted him, and Waddell was 7 runs for 90. Takeaho came on and did his thing, mate. So, yeah,
good
the forward pack.
By both of those two.
Yeah, absolutely good. Fantastic. Great impact. So, Aaron, are you going to stick with your tip, or do you reckon Manly run away with it from you, bro?
Oh, I haven't seen enough from the Cowboys to think they can come back and win this. So honestly, at this point, probably do have to change the tip.
Yep.
They would have had to get a right ring up the backside here to hold on to the damn ball if there to be a chance in this. But when you're down by 16, you kind of got a little bit less of an option but to throw it around, especially the later this half goes. Cowboys need to be the first to score. If Cowboys don't score first, they're gone, I'd have to say. Because then the mountain becomes, or the molehill becomes too much of a mountain. And in conditions like these, they aren't going to have much option left. All right, so we have kicked off now. First tackle with the Cowboys.
Is met 11 meters out and plays the ball. Oh, McKaylee! Oh, strike me freaking pink. Oh, he gets up and plays the ball.
I saw that a couple seconds before you did, and I was waiting for your reaction.
Oh, my God. All right, McKaylee with ball in hand once more. So you're a little bit ahead of me, are you, mate? Well, you pause it just for a second. Yeah, he plays the ball now. Ball goes left to Scott Drinkwater. He puts the foot down in his 150th for North Queensland. He wants to turn things around dramatically as Tom Dearden kicks it from inside his own 40, but it's going to be taken there by Hopewadi. And Kohler brings it back up over the 20 and gets back to the 30. You right there, Aaron?
Yeah, we'll give it a go, see how that is. All right, so I've just seen the play the ball now. Fogarty is the one who's in at dummy half. And that looks like, Saber's taken a carry there. And player's broken down. What's going on here? We going back to the play the ball again? Yeah, it looks like we are.
It looks like Ruben Cotter had a bit of a crusher moment, unfortunately. He was holding his neck. He got up and was holding his neck.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so it looks like the trainer's called for play to stop. Geez, that's quite the shiner under his eye there, Cotter, isn't it? That is a monster. All right, we're back underway here. Third play, third tackle here. It's carried about 5 meters away from halfway. Simpkin down the right side. That's Olakawatu again. No, it's not. It's Takeaho with a big carry. Fogarty down the short side. Now it's with Garrick. Garrick is skipping away from a couple tackles, gets into the middle of a few Cowboys players, gets an offload away. Now we're back down the near side touchline. It's with Fualalo now, who carries it just outside the Cowboys' 10-meter zone. It is the last play. It's with Fogarty. Fogarty kicks it quite high. Good chase there by Olakawatu. But it looks like it's been grounded in the in-goal by the Cowboys. So I think we're going to have a goal line dropout here, Sam.
Alrighty, Aaron, just quickly, Tahi Bro says Voz has the history of being in the team when they were dominant. It speaks volumes to compete with that. Jazz says Siebes needs to coach at reserve grade level. He'd make a decent coach in Cup or an assistant coach. Steelers says every time I hear Drinkwater, it's a good reminder to drink water. Short goal line dropout has been taken, and it's knock on by Manly. And they don't have the challenge. Manly burnt that challenge, and it's going to be a Cowboy ball here. And Tahi Bro, Shucks almost dropped it again. Yes, Thomas McKaylee did. Jazz says Foz was carving at 5'8" in that 2011 grand final that he is still trying to erase. Yes, Kieran Foran was indeed fantastic that day. Glad Des is gone. That's a consolation prize, Jazzy. Yes. Oh, Des Hasler, gee whiz. Alrighty. So we're 3 minutes in. No change to the scoreline. Thank Frig, and the ball is shifted out to the left for Zach Laibach, who might have been collected high and was. All right, so the past 5 to 10 minutes of play in game, Manly have let the door open for the Cowboys through poor discipline, Aaron.
I mean, it's the start the Cowboys need, but let's see what they can do with it. They need to hold on to the pill.
Sam McIntyre makes about 5 meters, no post contact. Good defense from Manly, including Takeaho, Jake Trbojevic, and Olakawatu. Griffin Neem, that's a nice carry from him. Stopped just shy of halfway. Second tackle. Luke, right, Drinkwater out the back to Dearden, right onto Lukey. And Lukey makes about 6 or 7 meters on that play and enters Manly territory. This is the fourth. Lukey left back in field for Dearden, back under for McKaylee. And nice post-contact meters from him. That's about an It's almost a 9-meter run from him. This is the fourth left to Dearden, left to Clifford to Dearden, and Dearden just holds the ball up. And they are going to get to a kick. Luke goes left, finds Drinkwater, puts in a left-footed boot, and it's caught nicely by Kohler. So box him in with good defense and discipline here, Cowboys.
All right, second tackle. Saab gets it just outside his own 10-meter line. Running onto the ball there, that appears to be Wakeham.
Oh,
is it? Well, okay. Play stopped again. Oh, no, play's continuing again. All right. Takeaho backs it up almost to the 30-meter line. This is fourth now, so we've got a couple of plays left here. It's now with Burbo. Burbo's trying to carry it forward as far as he can. Gets it just outside, or inside his own 40-meter line. So, here's a spiral bomb. Oh, how's this going to come down? Oh, Drinkwater grabs it and falls to the ground with it.
Oh,
that was
Laybutt. Great catch from Laybutt. It wasn't a spiral. It was just a twirling nightmare. Clifford, I think you're about 2 seconds in front of me there, Aaron Still. So we've got Burns scooting out of dummy half right now. He's hit by Takeaho, and he's inside Manly territory. Burns plays, he's a bit ginger, plays the ball now. Luke goes right, finds Cotter, gets it on further right to Griffin Neame. And that's a nice carry from Griffin Neame, about 6 or so meters, some of them being post-contact. Ball goes left for Clifford. Dearden, onwards to Drinkwater, left onto Purdue. Garrick grabs a hold of him and doesn't let go. 6 minutes in, 22 points to 6. Luke goes right, Dearden kicking from 33 meters out. Clifford chasing. Kohler takes it uncontested. Oh, and Clifford hit him hard to finish off.
All right, I think I'm maybe like half a second to a second behind you now, so probably as close as we might get with the whole trying to sync up here. But all right, Manly have it now. That's 2 plays down. They're still inside their own 20. That is a very hard charging run by Kohler there. Gets it out past his own 20. Now we're spreading it. Okay, Manly, what do you got here? All right. It's with Lehigh Hopewadi, who is tackled eventually there. Thanks for getting the camera off the coach's box so we can actually see what's going on the field. Channel 9 feed, but anyway. Last play. Good defensive set by the Cows there. Only 33 meters allowed. Straight down the throat of Drinkwater. And he's running it back. 25 meters out is where this set will start.
Oh, Tom Chester met heavily by Jake Simpkin, I think it was. Holy smokes. Here's Zach Laybutt. Nice hit up over the 40. Purdue right onto McKaylee. Spins away from the initial contact that enters Manly territory. But this is already the 4th. Luke goes left. Clifford wants to come back to the right, gives it to Dearden, right on to Drinkwater, and he puts under Tom Chester, who's weaving, beating tackles up over the 30 and getting towards the 20. They're just starting to turn the screws a bit. Now Drinkwater with ball in hand, his first receiver on the last, able to offload back to Chester. He puts the foot down and he's stopped just a meter in front of the try line. They're starting to turn the screws and get momentum here, North Queensland.
Yeah, now they've handed the ball back to Manly, basically on the try line. They probably would have liked it to be a little closer to the corner to make this even harder for Manly. But Manly are going to have quite the job here. That is very good contact. Excellent contact. Okay. 3 tackles down now. And
come on, boys.
Just on the 10-meter line are the Manly Sea Eagles. All right. 4th play here. They're going to just try to charge it forward as far as they can. There you go, Sam. That's a better read for you. Second half completion rate for both sides at the very least. The stats people at Fox there trying to make some good reading out of this. Okay. That is another very good set defensively by the Cowboys. Only 33 meters allowed again. Great.
Yeah, but that's a great kick.
Towards the in goal, and it's scooped up just inside the field of play here.
It said, what do we got here? We got Albert. Hi, I'm Albert from Bougainville. Go the Cowboys. You can still do it. Nice, man. Nice. Thank you, Albert, for coming in and saying g'day. Laybutt gets up and wants a penalty. Nothing's forthcoming, so that play dies. Purdue. Oh, Jesus. Corey Waddell stripped it, but
after the play was complete. Yeah.
Oh
Can't do
man,
that. Silly goose.
I would not have complained if that was a penalty. To be honest, I Manly
It's a
ball. To
penalty.
be honest with you,
Oh, okay. I thought it was a little bit late, so
oh man, lucky, but luck's a fortune. So Cowboys start a set inside
it's on
Manly
the ground, I
territory,
think. Yeah.
and McIntyre plays the ball now. Luke right to Matt Lodge. Here's some size up against his old team here. This is the Matt Lodge Cup after all. And Matt Lodge plays the ball now. Luke right to Drinkwater. Dearden. Wrapped up by, I think that was Luke Brooks. That's a good read from Brooksy. Plays the ball, does Dearden on the 20. This is Matt Lodge now, his second carry. Good selection, I think, in my opinion, from Todd Payton. More size to combat this Manly team. And, oh, that's 6 again. That's touched by... No, challenge it. No, you can't because it's on the run. That was touched. That was, touched. Late call finally came.
Oh,
finally.
Oh, you might have blown a head gasket at that not being called. Because, yeah, definite knock on as he's trying to scoop up the loose ball there. Yeah, absolutely a knock on when trying to scoop up the loose ball.
And Tahi Bro just saying what team Lodge hasn't played for. I think Lodge has played for maybe 7 teams, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 6. He's been everywhere. He's a journeyman.
Five or 6 would be my guess.
Ball's been won, and the scrum goes to Matt Lodge, who was waiting centre field. You're down 22-6, boys, and 11 minutes has gone in the second half. Let's go. Luke, left to Dearden and left to McIntyre. That was a flat ball. It's going to be ruled a forward pass. Yeah.
There's the first incompletion of the half. Jeez, you have good attacking opportunity here. And yeah, that comes out of the hands forward, unfortunately. Not much more can be said about that one. As the chewing gum in Peyton's mouth is getting quite the workout, probably to keep him calm. But anyway, so back with Manly now. 10 meters out, 28 and a half left in this game. Takeaho trucks it forward about almost 10 meters. All right, now we're second tackle here. We've gone towards the right touchline. The Manly player who played that ball was crying out to the referee about something. But anyway, Ola Kawatu with a strong carry now. Garrick now has it, fourth tackle. He's just outside his own 40-meter line.
Oh, bugger me dead.
Beats with Brooks. Oh, and Brooks is collared. And it's not even called. Brooks is wrapped around the chin, and it is not called. So that is last play. They get the kick away. And it is now with, is that Braden Burns again?
Sure is, mate. Braden Burns plays the ball now. Tom Dearden, a dummy half passes left to Chester, left to Drinkwater. Here's a little bit. They're nice. Just a little bit more pace just then. Drinkwater plays the ball. Holy crap, no one was there. And it's been offloaded back to Tom McKaylee. I hope he got back on side before the play the ball. McKaylee offloads back to Luke. Luke right to Dearden. Dearden fends away from Brooks, and he's wrapped up eventually. Gee whiz, that was all close. Chester scoots to the left, passing to Matt Lodge. Lodge is hit by Travojevic, but bounces away and makes a few more post-contact meters. Just a couple, plays the ball right on halfway. Luke right to Drinkwater, out the back to Dearden. Dearden, nice ball to Lukey, and he's collected nicely by Falalo, I think that was. They go down the short side, down the right side. Dearden puts up the high kick, and it's taken by Kohler. And it's not a mid-air tackle, it's play on.
Yeah, looking at that live, it looked like a contest in the air, so I think you kind of got to go with that one there. We're getting the replay in the box down there, which I'm taking a bit of a look at. Or he kind of grabs at the arm as the ball is caught, but yeah, okay. That's a bit of a 50-50 one. Oh, this is now back to live play. Great run there by Ola Kawatu to carry it towards the 40-meter line on the fourth tackle. More late offloads. It's now with Brooksy. Brooks pokes his nose through, but is brought to ground by, I think that it was Cohen Hess. Kick on the run here by Manly, and it trickles touch couple of meters out from the try line. So a good field position kick there by Fogarty.
Emu King. Sup, Legends. Just found you Manly played like they were at Brookie in the first half. Yes, they did, mate. Emu King, always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming in and saying g'day. Alrighty, so the ball here is with Jackson Purdue. Gee, we feel like a huge opportunity has been missed by the Cowboys to make it 10 points. The difference, 25 minutes to go, third tackle. Luke left to McKaylee. I'll be bringing Taumalolo on right now, to be honest with you. Luke left to Clifford. That was a forward pass to Neem. Not called. No 6 again, but I think that's just fair enough. And the Cowboys kick from a couple of meters inside Manly territory.
Tell you what, whenever Taumalolo comes back onto the field, it's going to be a massive second stint for him. It's going to need to be if the Cowboys are going to continue to try to reel in this deficit. All right, that's a very good first play there by Tolu Kula. Set starts 15 meters out from. Oh, that is a wild pass that is just reeled in by Ruben Garrick. Garrick is now 25 meters out from his own line. We're going just the one out play here. It is with Lehigh Hopewadi. That was, I think, I'd probably call that one a touch forward too. But if it's backwards out of the hands, it's okay. You never really know for sure with a lot of these plays because they're in fast motion. That's a very good run there by Hetherington. All right, and Fogarty end over end. The ball goes up and it comes down with Drinkwater, who is immediately taken to ground by Brooks.
Burns has the hit up and not too many meters made on offer. Thank you so much, Emu King. Thank you very much, mate. And now the ball goes left to Purdue. And he's stopped there by Olakawatu has been a tower. Just a tower of pain tonight. Absolutely. Third tackle. And this is with McIntyre. I don't know, mate. I don't know what they do. The defense is starting to win the battle at the moment. Manly are really tightening the screws themselves, bro.
Yeah, that was probably attempted a 40-20 there, but it doesn't quite get the bounce. And Cooler is there to reel it in. So, good carry gets the ball for the first play just inside his own half. So, Manly, they're definitely winning the field position battle now. Second play, and they're right on halfway. So, they're going to have an opportunity at the end of this set if they hold on to the ball. Is that Paseka back on the field? It sure is. Paseka's back on the field for his second stint now. Decent carry there. We're back down the short side. It's to Fogarty, who goes back inside to Olakawadu. Olakawadu breaks a tackle. They grabbed him by the jersey. They eventually drag him to ground, but he's 15 meters out from the try line.
Shit.
We're going down the long side. That is a great pass. What has happened there? Is it another set? Or not. I'm not sure if there was a hand in that, but
lucky.
Manly not exactly sure what to do with it there until it is eventually carried forward, and it is still the last play. That was Fualalo, by the way. Fogarty now kicks the chip kick.
No, don't touch it. Oh, yes, play on. Oh, I thought McIntyre was going to get done for accidental offside again. All right, 22 minutes to go, and they're shifting it to the right, and that's a ball for Chester. Oh, it's a forward pass or a knock on by Chester. Oh, man.
And here comes an opportunity for Manly to drive the stake into the heart, I would have to say. That's just, loose carry there. Unfortunately, it's knocked out in the tackle of, I think that was Hopewadi there. All right, Penny for coach's thoughts right now. He's probably not enjoying what he's seeing, but these Channel 9 cameras, they really enjoy the coach cam, don't they? I mean, we see that in Origin too, so I suppose it's no different here. All right, from the scrum now, 15 meters out. That is Paseka with a bullocking run. They're now 8 meters out, Manly. They're going down the right. It's with Fogarty, who doesn't really do anything with it. So he's tackled 5 meters out now. Simpkin is looking back inside. Set restart. I have no idea what happened there. Was that some deception? Anyway. So it's now a full set. That looks like Hetherington back on the field as well. Simpkin now. Brooks. Burbo. All right. Geez, that could have been a set restart too. We've gone back out to the right, sorry. Oh, Simpkin puts the little kick in. There's absolutely no one there to receive it, and it's a penalty to Manly. So I guess they just played the no advantage play there after, or was it high contact, I think is what referee Jared Sutton is saying here.
We're going to see our first points in the second half.
Are they going to go for goal? Yep, they sure are. And this is probably going to make it an 18-point game. And there'll probably be about 19 minutes left on the clock. While we're waiting for the kick to take place here, Sam, I remember in the preseason challenge, I was in the commentary of one of your streams, and I was saying I really think this is going to be a bit of a breakout season for Heilum Lukey. So far, I've liked what I've seen from Lukey this year, but what I've also enjoyed seeing is Griffin Neame when he comes off the bench. I think, for the most part, he puts in a really solid stint.
Yep. No, he does, man. I don't think, though, you can look back at Thomas McKaylee, right, last week and say he could have been a man of the match. You can say Tamalolo, he was man of the match last week. I can't say this year Griffin Neame has been a top 3 or 5 player on ground, and he's a Kiwi international that has promised a lot, and he's played man of the match games. Don't get me wrong. He's been sensational as the kick from Fogarty sails over and makes it 24 points to 6. But I think tonight, or just this year, Griffin Neame hasn't quite been able to explode and take ownership of a game. And Heilum Lukey tonight, I'd love to see him get a little bit earlier ball and maybe even be a man further towards the sideline and be more one-on-one with the smaller opposition, because he's just being used as a bit of a battering ram at the moment. So I'd love to see some good early ball for Lukey tonight, man. Not saying he's been bad, just there's not been a lot of dimension to the attack for Lukey as play is kicked back off.
All right, so we're probably going to have to try and re-sync up again here, because as they were lining up for that penalty goal, my feed did something really funky and just kind of rewound itself back to halftime. So I've had to do a little bit of a reset. So I'm probably pretty close to, or maybe I'm close to in sync with you. But anyway, so let's just see what we've got here. So,
well, I've got Olakau'atu playing the ball right now.
Okay, we're actually right on cue. So I did manage to pause it there and get back into it. So hopefully that problem has been solved. All right, we're 5th play here. That is a very big run by Jack Hetherington up towards the halfway line. Brooks has it now, and it is knocked on by Manly before the kick can be taken. So that's a little bit of fortune in the errors going to the Cowboys. I'm surprised they haven't taken that back to where the knock-on was, considering there was absolutely no advantage gained from that.
Anyway. That was an awful play, the ball there from Jake Trbojevic. Now Jackson Purdue's got the ball in hand, and he has been shut down by Fogarty and Olakau'atu tonight, man. They've done a good job on Purdue tonight. Oh, wow, what a run from, I think that was Matt Lodge. Wow. Now a scoot from Sonny Luke inside Manly territory now. Clifford has the ball. This is 4th tackle. 31 meters away. They go to the right, Dearden, and it's just a flat ball there for Cohen Hess. He's going to play the ball on the 20. Luke goes right, finds Dearden. Cut out to Chester, puts the foot down, passes out to Burns. It's going to be taken over the sideline by Kohler.
Oh,
great defense.
He held the ball to his chest. He could have gone the risky play and tried to plant it as he was going down instead of holding it to the chest, which was how they managed to drag him out there. I think Kohler as well also does a really good job of wrapping up the arm to make it even harder to get the ball away from him, and great defense to take him over the sideline there. That is a very near opportunity for the Cowboys. All right, Manly have it now. Second play. They're already out past their own 30-meter line. That was Fualalo there who took that tackle, I believe. Lehigh Hopewadi now just trucking the ball forward as well. Some of these backmen from the Manly Sea Eagles, they're having some really good carries in these early plays of the sets. That's a very late offload there. Hetherington has it. He's only got the fullback to beat. He's ankle tapped by the... Oh, no. He gets up and he tries to go again. He's taken down. This is the fourth play. Kohler now has the ball, gets the offload to Simpkin. Simpkins running back towards the middle of the field, motions to Paseka. Paseka carries it. Paseka's charging towards the line, and I think Paseka's definitely knocked that on in the in goal there, I'd have to say. Jeez, that was very close for Manly. I'm gonna have to.
Oh boy. Cowboys looked absolutely gassed. Absolutely gassed. So Hess is getting looked at for a late shot on Simpkin after he passed the ball to Paseka. So if Paseka doesn't score, Manly are going to get the ball back anyway.
Yeah, it looks like I think they'll probably call that a late shot.
Paseka reaching. Oh, jeez.
That might actually be a try. I think he's got that down. Oh, no, maybe not, because it hits the leg and then kind of rolls away. Oh, no, he's got it. That's a try. Yep, they're awarding it. Try. It's being grounded. Wow. All right. He's not even sure looking at Paseka as he's just seen try awarded on screen. He doesn't look like he's even sure himself. But looking at that live, the way it rolled away from him, you thought for all money it had been knocked away by the Cowboys in the tackle there. But no, he's done very well to get that to ground. Jake Simpkin is absolutely moosed by Cohen Hess after the pass there. But, yep, we have the first try of the second half, and it's Taniela Paseka. He's a big boy and very hard to take down.
Oh, God, I can't tell you how much goddamn pain I'm in right now, Aaron. I really can't freaking tell you how much pain I'm in right now. Goddamn. Damn.
The 4-game winning streak looks like it might be about to come to a crashing halt here.
I've already given, as you can see, Manly the extra 2, such as Foggy's astute kicking. I got to tell you, mate, I've done something to my hand today at work, bro. At about 12:30, I fractured my hand by the sounds of things, bro. I'm doing this with you tonight with a fractured hand, bro. I haven't broken or fractured a bone in about 20 years, mate. I'm in so much fucking pain right now. So I was really hoping Cowboys could lift the spirits. But Manly said, nah, you chose us to be the wooden spooners. Cop this one. Oh, man.
Jeez, man. I'm sorry to hear about what you've done to your hand. I hope, have you had it properly looked at, or is that on the cards for sometime in the near future? Or
went straight to the GP, bro, and had some CT scans done on me, and it looks like it does look like there's a fracture in my left hand at the moment, and I haven't had any painkillers right now, bro, because I wanted to be sober. But let me tell you, I'm going to be dousing it once we're done here, bro.
I honestly don't blame you. Yeah, get straight onto that once we've wrapped up. I'd say even take them now if if that would help you feel a little bit safer sooner. All right, we're back underway here. We've got 13 and a half left on the clock. It's a 24-point ball game now because the conversion was successful. Third play, it's with Burbo. Simpkins waiting to play the ball. Fogarty, Olakawatu. They're trying to drag him down. Eventually, the Cowboys' defense does, but not after he gains another 10 or so post-contact. Kohler now. I tell you what, another name that stands out to me for Manly this evening is Kohler. He's had the chip and chase. Oh, Fogarty. He gets it away to Brooks. Brooks straight over, dives into the in goal, plants it. That chip and chase from Fogarty. Chef's kiss on that. That was magnifique. That's the sort of play that's going to give you nightmares, my friend. But for the neutral watching this, that is magnificent. It's not even a chip and chase. It's a grubber for himself. He grubbers for himself, picks it up untouched, still only has the fullback to beat, has Brooks waiting on his inside, gets it away to him. Brilliant try by Manly. Absolutely brilliant. 10 out of 10 for Fogarty on that one, and the support run by Brooks on the inside. Scores a try. There's another ex-Tiger scoring a try tonight.
Far out. Thank you, Jazz. And making some carvers, Sammy. Nature's pain relief. Yes, sir. Emu King, is that Liz Frank of the hand? I hope it wasn't a crusher. It was a crusher, bro. It was a wooden pallet and a metal truck, bro. It was a truck. So yes, that's how it got crushed. Tough night for the Cows, says Paul. Yes. Back to reality. Back to reality. Yep. No, back to reality, man. Oh dear.
Who have you got next week? How do you see that looking?
Aaron, bro, before we get there, Aaron, I don't think the Manly Seagulls need to look any further for a head coach. They've got it.
It's working for them. I don't know if they're going to stick with Foran for the full-time gig, but I tell you what, that goes through off the upright, by the way. If they do end up even making finals, maybe, they might not have a choice but to look at Foran as the head coach. And I think the Manly faithful would probably agree. But at this stage, they'd probably be safer going with someone else, maybe someone with a bit more experience, someone who's a little bit longer out of the game than Foran is.
Yep.
I like the idea of keeping Foran on as an assistant for 2 years, similar to Benji, and then getting him in there 2 or 3 years down the track. I tell you what, though, he might be giving the Manly head honcho something to think about, because this 3-game win streak that Manly are about to complete now, yeah, they're absolutely playing for him. You couldn't say that about his predecessor, but they are playing for him.
Just quickly, Jazz asked Sammy, do you want Viliami Vailea starting in your first grade team next week or so, or staying in Q Cup? It's an interesting question. Like, you got to keep Purdue. You've got to keep. I don't think so. I don't unless if Vailea wants to play wing. I think Chester and Purdue are really good at centre at the moment, mate. It's going to be hard for Vailea to crack it, but he has been really good in Queensland Cup, Jazz, for sure, bro. But I guess it hasn't quite translated in first grade. That's a great catch. That's a great catch by Laybutt. What did you say there, Aaron?
If Vailea does come in and play on the wing, does Burns get dropped?
No, absolutely not Burns, mate. It would be a Laybutt, but after that catch from Laybutt just then, I mean, that was a good catch. And I mean, you got Ennis, Paul says, maybe could be a Manly coach as well, but I don't know, man. Foran has done so much already. Bloody hell. All right, so Cowboys, third tackle. It's been I want to be kind, but I will, but it's been a flat performance here from North Queensland in front of the faithful, and Tom Dearden has the carry. Let's have a look to the future. As Sonny Luke scoots to the right-hand side from halfway, gives it right to Chester. Look at that. It's a knock-on. Next week, for both of these sides, North Queensland host the Cronulla Sharks on Friday night footy for Anzac Day Eve. So next weekend is Anzac round. So that's Cowboys Sharks. For the Manly Sea Eagles, they host Parramatta Eels down at Brookie for Sunday afternoon footy. And at the rate the Parramatta are going, they could put 70 on Parramatta at this rate, bro.
Geez, I wonder how long Foreign's undefeated streak is going to last. I'd like to see it last all the way until Magic Round, and both Kiwi head coaches, or the Kiwi head coach and the Kiwi interim coach, go head to head in Magic Round, and that could be an absolute barn burner of a game by then.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a good thing that they are banking up their wins, Aaron, because let me tell you, let me friggin' show you. So, share screen. Cowboys are still defending. Sorry, Aaron, let me show you this. So, Manly win here. They take on Parramatta, all intents purposes that they're going to belt Parramatta. They then are away to Penrith, and they then host the Broncos, and then they are away to the Tigers. So they better start friggin' banking up these wins, bro. Oh, Sam McIntyre picks up a loose ball from his own 20, makes 20 meters and gets to the 40. But that's Manly's kind of road ahead. They got Parramatta in there as Zach Labart is taken down inside Manly territory. But Manly are about to get tested. Manly are about to get absolutely tested. And the ball is being flung out to Tom Chester. He's hung on to by Falalo. And it's the second tackle here. Taumalolo, nice ball to Clifford. Clifford wanted to offload but could not. There's 7.5 minutes to go. Luke went left, went right, then left, then passed to Cotter. Beat one, standing, wanted to offload, couldn't. They're only a couple of meters away, left of the post. Luke cut out left to Clifford. Good defense from Kohler. And this is the last tackle. Luke, right, Drinkwater, right to Dearden, right to Lukey. He was clipped, taken down. That's last tackle.
Change over there inside the inside Manly's 10. Yeah, they didn't look like they were doing too much with it once they got the ball down the end. Great tackle there by Clifford to take Olakawadu down while Olakawadu was trying to get the kick away, which you don't see particularly often. But anyway, all right. We're back here with Manly now. Is that Wakeham with the ball, I think, potentially on the... No, it's Saab. Saab has the ball. They're going down the short side here. They're just trying to ruck it out. I'd say Manly have come very close to putting the cure in the rack here. They're probably just going to ruck it out,
Aaron,
for the rest of the game.
Aaron, Jazz asks, what's your guys' score prediction for the Warriors versus Titans game on Saturday? I reckon it'll be akin to about 32-18 Warriors way. What do you reckon, Aaron?
Honestly, it could really be anything. Hang on, I've got a tipping app here where I have to tip a margin for every game. So I've just gone to check what I've put. So I've said Warriors by 8. So I'd probably say maybe around that sort of 30-22, 34-26 sort of margin. I think very high scoring, both teams, the Titans especially, after putting on what they did against Parramatta last week. I think they'll see their ability to put some points on.
Oh, Tommy Chester. All right, so the Cowboys. Sorry, Aaron. They nearly broke free to the Cowboys. Purdue at dummy half goes right to Dearden. Up over halfway. Over the 40 is Dearden. Up to the 30 and taken down. This is the third. 5.5 minutes to go. And it's Lukey passing left in field for Purdue, who's first receiver. There's a glimpse into the future. Flicking out the back to Taumalolo. Left to Clifford. Left to O'Donnell. And Garrick with a bleeding lip takes him down with the help from Fogarty. Fourth tackle. And Luke feigned to go right, went left, Drinkwater, comes back to the right, stepping, flicking, back to Cotter. His pass bounced off the deck to Dearden. Dearden puts in a kick. And it's been battered dead. So there's going to be a goal line dropout coming for the Cowboys. But yeah, no. So again, I just want to reiterate because that's really interesting, man. Manly, they take on Parramatta next week, and then they've got Panthers, Broncos, and your West Tigers, Aaron, all in the next month, bro. So really good stuff. For Cowboys, I will be positive here. I think Tom Chester has been our best on ground. I think Tom Chester's worked his absolute ass off tonight.
I can agree with that. If there's been a player he's fought through a lot of adversity throughout the game as well, and he's just kept showing up. He's made some really strong positive carries. He's put some absolute work in defense. He's putting his body on the line to catch balls and diffuse kicks. And if that's the sort of thing you want to see from your players when things just aren't quite going their way as a team. You want to see those individuals who are putting their body on the line still, making those plays, doing their best to try and drag their team as far forward as they can.
Yep. I'm sorry this game couldn't be a lot more closer for us, bro. I'm sorry about that.
We were always going to have one eventually that didn't quite go the exciting route that the first two games we've called so far have.
Yep.
So what's the next month for the Cows then? If you've got that Sharks game, and then what does it look like after that?
North Queensland's next month, next 4 in a row. So we've got 2 home games and 2 away games. And Magic Round is at the tip of it, by the way. So we've got Sharks, then Bulldogs away, Parramatta at home, and then Roosters for Magic Round. Oh,
you've played the Chooks in Magic Round a couple of times, and I think
it's going to be about the 4th time.
Yeah, it's not quite Manly versus Broncos level of Magic Round repetitiveness, but it's up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, to everybody that's still in the chat, geez, Struth, I apologize for this game tonight. Like, holy smokes. Like, we saw some dazzling footy from Manly with that try for Fogarty to Brooks combining, but strike me freaking pank. Gee whiz. If only I could turn back time.
Those glistening forearms and foreheads for all those men out there.
Yes.
They will. It's one of those nights up in the far north.
It is, mate. It is. And it looks like they're going to take the 2 and kill some time. And look, there is the story again there for Tom Trbojevic. Manly are going to do these things over the next few weeks without Tom Trbojevic for possibly the next month or so. So Kohler, you would imagine, is going to get an enormous opportunity at fullback, man. I feel sorry for Hopewadi, but I think Hopewadi is still so young that you just do keep him on the wing. Kohler extended his contract recently, so they do believe in his abilities. So it's going to be fascinating to see how Kohler goes. Paul, he blames all the blowouts on Peter V'landys. Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit sick of the 6 agains as well, mate, to be perfectly honest with you. Jazz, all good, Sammy. It happens. Hazza, mate. Touched by Manly and touched by a pallet. Today has been a rough one, mate. Yes. Touched is putting it very freaking lightly, Hazza. Thank you very much.
Sam versus pallet wins.
Yes, absolutely, bro. Oh, man, I don't even know if that does it justice, but yeah, dude. Anyway.
That doesn't look particularly pleasing. Look at the live batting. Manly are in 4th. That for and against has taken a massive shot in the arm there. Holy moly.
Bro, Cowboys started this game in 4th position. We are now outside of the 8, Aaron. Shit.
Because of how many teams are on 8 points. Yikes. Yeah, your for and against is just, oh my word. It has plummeted. And Manly, after being last or very near to last, 3 wins on the spin plus a bye, and they're in 4th friggin' place.
Oh. Paul says, what? That hand looks like the fake hand from King. Oh, God.
Someone had to say it. I'm glad it wasn't me, but someone had to say it.
Thanks, Paul. Ball is with Scotch Drinkwater. Passes back to Laybutt. There's 10 seconds remaining. Laybutt is hit. Steelers Nation Australia. Manly supporter. Go Foz. Yes, indeed. Onwards and upwards with Foz. This is the last play. It's with Burns. Cut out to the right for Tom Chester. It dies there. And the North Queensland Cowboys go down at home to the Manly Seagulls to the tune of 38 points to 6. Congratulations to the Manly Seagulls. They're making a fool out of me, man. I tipped them for the wooden spoon, and it was looking like it for the first few weeks of the season. But yeah, no, an absolute disaster class tonight from the Cowboys in front of the faithful after being on the road for a fortnight. What are you calculating there?
I think I had Manly 4. I was trying to remember where I had them on the ladder. I think I had them 14th, so just inside the bottom 4.
Yo. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. And Jazz, sorry, another unrelated question. No, that's all right, mate. What do you guys think about the Warriors' latest signing, Grant Anderson, on a 3-year deal? Will, being that we're not Warriors fans and that you've swapped Mitch Barnett for Grant Anderson, I don't think you guys would feel all that replenished, I would imagine. Especially you've also already signed Will Warbrick, who could be a good player for you guys. They're still a little bit unreliable under the high ball, Aaron. But look, Grant Anderson is a good player. Unfortunately, he's been shafted. Well, not shafted, but he was squeezed out from Storm, and he's just suffered an unfortunate injury that's accelerated a question of him moving to the Warriors. So I like Anderson as a player, but you know, when you look at Mitch Barnett and Grant Anderson, the seesaw is well out of balance.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the potential to be a good player, but you're bringing in a back to replace a forward. I mean, you've got some very good forwards there, and I'm loving seeing what Lecker the Wrecker is doing this year, backing up from last year. So, I mean, there's a lot of potential for a solid forward pack there. You probably you'd have to bring another young forward up from reserve grade, most likely. I'd have to think, but it's an interesting one. Bringing in Anderson and Warbrick. Not sure how that's all going to look and how that's going to work, but there's some time there to work it out, obviously.
Yeah, Aaron, you're more than welcome to stay with me if you'd like, and I'd love to hear your opinions as well, mate. But I haven't done the Ace High Tip show this week because, you know, I've been working pretty hard and getting my hand crushed. So I'm going to do me tips now. So everyone knew that I was tipping the Cowboys. I'll never tip against the Cowboys. So I'm already starting the round 0-1. So
same.
Good. Yeah.
I'm happy to hang around and help you out here, mate. Your hands probably feeling it, so I'll take a bit of the load off.
Alrighty, so I'll get to the comment just shortly. Is Jazz, and anybody that's in the chat right now, feel free to stick around, ask questions or what have you. So we got Raiders versus Storm tomorrow night. Storm are about $1.78. Raiders are $2.08. So we've got Matt Timoko, who comes back in to play center. We've got Civilio Tamale, who I believe has been dropped, and Sebastian Chris is going to play on the wing. Jed Stewart plays on the wing as well. The starting forward pack is an unchanged starting forward pack for the Raiders, and the interchange reads Brayley, Hosking, Mariota, Smithies, Laurie, and Joe Roddy. On the reserves, there is Owen Paddy. I really hope we see Owen Paddy sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, here for the Melbourne Storm, who are in uncharted territory, there has been a change. Manaya Watiri is going to play on the Sting. Moses Leo is out, so Watiri is going to play up against his old club in the Raiders on the wing. Going into the forward pack here, Chan survives the chop. Clark and Loyero finish out the back row, and the interchange. We've got Sean Blore and Hugo Peel. I think Blore has to be starting. In my opinion, man, he's been good, really good in New South Wales Cup, and he's what Melbourne Storm are missing at the moment. And look, unfortunately, I find myself in a bit of a vortex. I just have to keep on tipping the Storm. Just keep on relying that they'll bounce back. And I'm sorry, Raiders fans, but I'm tipping the Melbourne Storm tomorrow night. What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, I think Sean Blaw's been put in the reserves there or on the extended bench there to put a lot more pressure on Joe Chan because that was obviously Sean's position last year. I am also leaning towards the Storm. I've gone the Storm by
Yep.
4. I think it's going to be a really close game. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the big game players of the Storm potentially needing a last like 5-minute try to pinch the game at the death. I think that's the sort of game we could potentially be looking at tomorrow night.
Yep. Yep. And just quickly here, Tahi Bro says, will Alex Twell make State of Origin this year? He is in my squad, and I know Isaiah Yeo is doing fantastic things for Penrith. I think he's had a bit of a weird fortnight, though. I think Alex Twell is the best lock in the game at the moment, Aaron. Bro, Alex Twell is absolutely
Words
killing
I
it.
never thought I'd hear.
Dude, 100%. I think he's the Dally M lock of the year at this rate after the first 6 rounds. I mean, it's only 6 rounds, right? But Alex Twell has had a magnificent start to the year, Aaron.
I'm absolutely thrilled watching Alex. I mean, he's always had really solid defense, and that's one key aspect of being a lock, locking down the middle, not letting players get through. I've often called him the Great Wall of Twal. But in last season, a little bit, and more so this season, he's just added an extra dimension to his attack. He's got a very solid offload in him now, which he never really used to do. We saw it a few times last year. We're seeing it a lot more this year. He's just trucking it up, carry after carry after carry, and it doesn't look like he's got all the creativity that your Isaiah Yo's of the world tend to have in their game. But what he has is that reliability. And he's also got a motor. He's got an engine. He's playing nearly a full game every week at 13, and also like he starts at 13. He's eventually, I think, moved into the front row rotation because most of the games so far this year, once Latu came back, Latu's come on in sort of that 13 role, and by then Twal's either been moved to the front row or he's off the field having a little bit of a breather.
Yep. Alrighty. So the next game, Dolphins versus Panthers. Penrith, they are $1.18. Dolphins coming off the bye, they're $4.90. This one getting played up in Darwin. And as Aaron said before, if Townsville was hot tonight, it's going to be melting in Darwin tomorrow for sure. There are changes for both of these sides here, but the back line is unchanged for the Dolphins. The forward pack here, you've got Kafusi starting, Lemuelu, Fenefeuiaki, and Morgan Knowles in the back row. And it's who we've got. It's Kurt Donoghu that has twinged up his hamstring again. And so the interchange, Fuller, Keeley, Molo, Stone, Flegler, and Schneider, going into the Penrith pack now. They're unchanged. Well, no, sorry, Isaac Tungo, he returns to first grade. He's going to play at centre. The forward pack here is Papali'i, Garner, and Yo. The interchange, Cogger, Sorensen, Going, Phillips, Fanua, and Lussick. I can't go past Penrith after getting their pants pulled down, after being embarrassed last weekend by the Bulldogs. I can't tip against them. Also, Dolphins, they're arguably the most disappointing team in the competition at this rate. And I've seen nothing from them to suggest that they've got the defense to stop this Penrith Panthers outfit. So I'm going to go Penrith Panthers in that one. What's your tip for this one?
Yeah, I'm going the Panthers as well, but I'm not as fully convinced. I think, obviously, we saw a lot of the game last week, the Panthers, the passes weren't sticking. And if the conditions are to be believed, or the expected conditions for tomorrow, I think they'll probably have a little bit of a similar performance in the passes may not stick. They might go to hand. They might go to ground. The Dolphins as well, they've had a solid 2 weeks to rue or stew on that performance against Manly because that was their last game pre the bye. So they'll come out of this one strong and powerful. And I think Penrith might get away from them a little bit, but with the conditions and the fact that they're a bit more of a rested team, they might be able to pull it back late in the game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I've gone Penrith by 10.
On Saturday, the Warriors take on the Gold Coast Titans. Warriors $1.32. The Gold Coast Titans $3.42. And the Warriors, let's have a look here. I'm going to go through it all, actually. There could be a lot of changes here, or maybe they're just reserves names, but or names on the reserve. Tane Tuapiki, DWZ, and Khan Pereira. They are the back three. RTS and Leotawa are the centers. Harris, Javita, and Boyd still in the halves. And Hatless Seema, Kirk Capewell returns. Clark in the back row. The interchange is Healy, Niakure, Vaimalga, Laban, Hansen, and Eremaya Tawava. And there's an outside chance that Mitch Barnett and Chance Nickel-Klukstar return. Morgan Gannon is in there for the Waz. And then for the Gold Coast Titans, I think that they are unchanged. Well, they are in the back line. Curtis Morin starting with Big Tino. Aramar Hull, Bo Firma and Randall in the back row. Pasco, by Fodawaka, Christensen, De Groot, and Khalees Haas. Yeah, all right. So I know the Titans, they've had the wood on the Warriors over the past couple of seasons. But how can you deny tipping the Warriors after they trounced the Melbourne Storm? I'm going to say the Warriors win this game. I think it'll be high scoring, like a 30 points to 18, 32 to 16 sort of a scoreline. I think the Titans will make it tense for a moment, but the Warriors should get this one done, Aaron.
Yeah, I agree. It's really hard to go past the Warriors after what they did in Melbourne last week. That's going to give them the world of confidence. But in saying that, the Titans are going to have a lot of confidence after what they did to the Eels. Granted, it's a very banged up Eels side that they've absolutely put to the sword, but you can only play what's in front of you, and the Titans will look at that and say, maybe they were banged up. Who gives a crap? We went down to Sydney and absolutely put them to some pain. So the Titans will come into this game with some positive momentum as well. Obviously, they've just picked up their second win, but the Warriors, yeah, back home in front of their home fans, really tough to go past them.
With much love and respect, Rabbitohs versus Dragons. Dragons are $4.10. South Sydney are $1.24. I'm just tipping the Rabbitohs. You tipping the Rabbitohs?
Yep. Big.
And watch the Dragons win because of the disrespect I just showed. All right, but I'm tipping the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Now, this game, I'm going to be live with Dor from the All Out Club. It is the Tigers taking on the Brisbane Broncos. Tigers $1.52, the Broncos $2.52. I do think that's good value on the Broncos, and I'll get into that in just a second. For your Tigers, mate, actually, just take us through, Aaron, if you can, or if you want to, take us through the entire team, mate.
Right, so we got Jareem Buller at fullback. Hamasi Makasini has been moved to the wing, along with Sunita Taruba, who's also been moved back out to the wing. Taylor May returns to the side in the centres. Patrick Herbert retains his spot in the centres. Jerome Luai, the man himself, is back in at 5'8", with Adam Dewey still in the number 7 jersey. The forward pack reads Terrell, May, and Fanua Pole as starting front rowers. Api Coruscant remains at hooker. Samuela Fainu and Kai Pearce-Paul in the second row, with Alex Twal locking down the scrum. Jock Madden, unfortunately for him, has been moved back to the interchange bench. Sione Fainu, Royce Hunt, Alex Seyfarth are all in the bench as well. Latu Fainu remains in the bench, and Luke Laulii returns to the side, also on the bench from his suspension. Bunty Afoa, Tony Suka, and Tristan Hope are the reserves.
All right, and then for the Brisbane Broncos, this is not going to be what it looks like come Saturday, I'm sure, but Arthurs is at fullback, Karapani, and Adam Reynolds comes back in. I think that's a massive in, mate. When you've got both Payne Haas and Adam Reynolds in his side, I really think it's going to boost their chances up here, man. And that's why I think at $2.52, it's pretty decent money on the Tigers at this rate. Josh Rogers deputizing at hooker. That's probably never going to be seen again after this game. Piakura, Ricky, and Willison are in the back row, and the interchange: Duffy, Tolte, Hunt, Gajewski, Semu, and Purim. Good to see that Gajewski is back, and then in the reserves, Corey Pakes is there sitting in the reserves. Oh, far out! I just had a massive twinge on my left hand. So I still can't go past the West Tigers. The inclusion of Luai is obviously enormous. So too is Taylor May. Patrick Herbert, it was a nice return for him last weekend, but you're coming up against either Katoni Staggs or Shibasaki, and they're gonna they're going to remind you, the week in, week out sort of phases of rugby league here, man. So, however, I'm going to tip the West Tigers here, bro. It's going to be a thriller, 1-12. It's going to be packed out. Are you going to this game, dude?
I will be there.
Yep, sick. But yeah, massive game. I know there are massive outs, bro, but you've still got the likes of, Reynolds, and there's no Carrigan as well, obviously, but it's still, there's enough talent in that Broncos side, and we know the history. Fox League have been reminding us about it all friggin' week. About the baby Broncos and what they did and all that jazz, blah yak. But I'm going the Tigers in this one, mate.
Yeah, I am too. Completely goes against history as well, because the Tigers also have never beaten the Broncos at Campbelltown Stadium, and the last time the Broncos actually lost a game at Campbelltown Stadium was in 1992. So that's even pre the birth of myself. And like looking at all of the outs of the Broncos, that is still a pretty stacked side when you look at a lot of the names they've got there. Obviously, Jesse Arthur's not a known fullback, but he did a job last week, and honestly, I thought really did a really good job of keeping you in the game, or keeping them in the game against your boys. Crazy end to that game, by the way. But I mean, I'm a little concerned about how it looks with Luai coming back in, because the Luai-Dewey combination didn't look all that great in round 3, but it looks solid in round 2. Obviously, we put a bit of a score on the Cowboys down at Leichhardt, but then we go up to Gosford. And we had, I think, a period in that game of 6 or 7 sets on the Rabbits line. Maybe it says a bit more about the Rabbits defense, but our attack wasn't all that great for the most part of that game. I mean, we scored 2 quick tries in the last 5 minutes of the first half, which we've had a habit of doing. So I'm a little bit concerned about how the combination looks. Obviously, you've got both Latu and Jock on the bench, and I think you're probably only going to use one of them unless something very untoward happens to someone on the field, and you may end up requiring the use of both. I'm going the Tigers as well. I'm tipping us by 6, but I'm looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward to heading down there. I think it's going to be an absolute belter. I'm loving what my boys are doing so far this season, and I hope long may it continue.
Absolutely. No, 100%, Aaron, really. Now on Sunday, Roosters versus Knights at Allianz. East are $1.29, Newcastle $3.62. Hey, that's pretty big on the Newcastle Knights, man, but let's see.
That big.
Yeah, no, I am too, bro. But then again, look at the outs there. There's no Lucas, there's no Frizzell. Wilson DeCourcy, either injury or dropping. But the Sydney Roosters, they went to Perth and beat the Sharkies, and I think they're unchanged. Billy Smith, Iowelu, and Egan Butcher have been named on the reserves, but really, Roosters are unchanged after last weekend. What do the Newcastle Knights look like? So Sharp is going to be at fullback. Dylan Brown returns at halfback with Sandon Smith at 5'8". Fletcher Hunt is going to be one of the centres. And then in the forward pack here, Thomas Cant, McEwen, and Croker. The back row, the interchange is Graham, Solo, Hopwood, Manu Lailua, McCarthy, and Peter Holler. The reserves, you got Tyson Gamble on there for the Newcastle Knights. Roosters, besides that victory against Manly, they've been getting some wins. Or maybe how's it gone? They beat Manly, then it was the bye, and then they took on Sharks in Perth. So that was only a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, no, it wasn't a great performance by the Roosters. The Newcastle Knights, despite how hard they got spanked in the end, they never gave up. It was one of those games, Aaron. I don't know if you heard exactly what Dora and I were talking about in that game last weekend against your boys, but that game for Newcastle Knights, man, was it just from kickoff, it just wasn't going to be their day. The Tigers just dominated them, utilising the wind better. I think the wind died down in the second half, so Newcastle couldn't do it themselves. So yeah, it just wasn't one of those days for the Knights, and just chuck it in the bin for the Newcastle Knights, and they could scare the pants off of the Sydney Roosters. This is hard, and 362 is hard to overlook when you got Brown, Smith, Fletcher Sharp, Trey Mooney, Daniel Saifidi, Crossland, all still in this Newcastle side. God, I want to tip Newcastle, but I'm going to go the Sydney Roosters in this one.
Yeah, based on how Brown started the season, I think he's a very big inclusion back for this game. They'll get a bit more out of their attack with him there. Just quickly on Wilson DeCourcy, I think he's been dropped more so than anything because, and I think it's probably for his benefit as well, because he did look pretty raw out there. We clearly went into the game with a plan to target him because, as you saw, I think 4 out of our 5 tries in the first half, it was either 4 out of 5 or all 5 went down DeCourcy's edge, and we absolutely punished him. So he was hooked at halftime, didn't come back on the field. And I think, Best is a massive loss for them. Frizzell obviously leaving the game in the middle of the game against us last week. I'm going the Roosters as well, purely because it's home field advantage, but they've been so hot and cold this year that I'm not convinced by them. Honestly, there are so many teams that have been hot and cold that I'm unconvinced by. This competition feels wide open.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, the last game of the round is Parramatta versus Bulldogs, the second best rivalry in all of rugby league. And I don't know what this team list looks like. So, for the Parramatta Eels, so Brian Kelly is going to play out on the wing, okie dokie. And Volkman stays in 5'8" spot. Luca Moretti starts. Geimer, Williams, and Dylan Walker in the back row. We've got a debutant, Saxon Pryke, who could make his debut this weekend. Tony Matayele, Tinkum Brown, and Araz Nanva. We've got Lorenzo Talatena, Josiah Funaluta, Muhammad Alamadine. Gee whiz, they are not. I was about to say scraping the bottom of the barrel, but that is totally not fair and not really the case. For the Bulldogs here, so Max King is out with, I think, a fractured cheekbone. So Hughes and Leo Thompson are starting up the front. So Leo Thompson makes his Bulldogs debut. And going into the interchange, Tupanua, Hayes, Turpin, Sewer, and Lepoi Hopoi. And the reserves are Stephen Crichton and Josh Curran and AJ Jones. Stephen Crichton, I don't think he'll play in this game. I think you give him one more week and then come back and take on the Brisbane Broncos at Suncorp for Anzac Day Eve. And for this one, I think the Bulldogs are going to belt Parramatta, but I don't know. There's still some nice players there, but I think the Dogs just should be way too classy.
Yeah, Mitch is still as classy as it gets in the halves there, but I don't think he has the forward pack to quite give him the support and the service he needs. Their back line still looks really solid, even with all the outs. But yeah, the Eels forward pack, I think, has become a real weakness for them. I've gone Dogs by 22 or like 24. I think I might even increase that a little bit. But it looks like it's going to be a particularly difficult day out there for the Eels on Sunday afternoon.
But I don't think it could be as difficult as the day that I've just had, bro. So North Queensland Cowboys, yes, they've gone down to Manly in the end. And right now, my tipping at the moment, I think it's... I think it's about 26 out of 49 thereabouts. I think I'm about 50%, maybe a little bit beyond that. So, Aaron, thank you so much for your time this evening. We will do this again. Hopefully, it's a much, much nicer occasion. But yeah, man, no, it's always a pleasure, bro. Thank you so much for your time.
Get me on for a Tigers away game maybe at some point and see how I go. I'll have to try and keep myself a little bit calmer maybe. But anyway, yeah, thanks so much for having me on tonight, mate. Absolute pleasure to do this with you. I haven't done too many yet, but going to have to add to the list, I think, because this is a ton of fun, especially once I get a little bit more comfortable and I am a little bit more in the flow and not messing up players' names all the time. But yeah, an absolute blast, mate. And I hope you get a good weekend of recovery in. A couple of good calls for you as well. I'm looking forward to. I'll tune in again from the ground if service allows me to, as you go live for my boys on Saturday night, and potential weather update again. We'll see, but yeah, rest up that hand if you can. Get those painkillers into you and try to have a good night, eh?
I will, mate. I will. No, all good. Guys, thank you so much, particularly Tahi, bro, and Jazz, man. Thank you so much for coming in, staying in. To everybody that's still in the chat, really, really appreciate your company. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll be live tomorrow night with Terry from the Rugby League Outlaws, and then I'll be live with Dor on Saturday for Tigers versus Broncos. But Aaron, thank you for your time, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you, everybody. Genuinely appreciate it. Thank you.